do this, and hey, look, I'm a person.
Feeling good about this? You feeling good about this?
All right, I'm ready to go, Blue.
And welcome, everyone, to the Weekly Apologies Podcast. As always, I'm your illustrious host.
Oh my god, don't even steal illustrious.
I'm not going to. You guys know who I am. I'm the Blue Ranger. You're probably watching this on either my Twitch channel or my YouTube channel. But once again, I will have these two introduce themselves, but I'm not going to say who's going to go first. I'm going to let them fight over it, which means Rams is probably going to go first.
Hi, I'm Hippie.
You did that so that Hoop would go first.
I was just like, no, fuck you. I have rights now. I get in the front of the bus.
Wow! That's where this podcast is going today.
God damn it. Can we start over tonight?
Nope. This is...
Redo.
Nope.
Redo.
This is the Weekly Apologies Podcast.
This bus has started. You can't get off.
That's the way it is. That's the way it is. All right. Hoop, tell them about
Funny
yourself.
thing about... yeah.
All right,
So-
hey guys, I'm Ramsbug. I don't stream, but you can find me here on Wednesday nights doing the Weekly Apologies podcast, and on Sunday nights you can find me either at Shadowhack90's channel, except for the last Sunday of the month, or Sunday a month will actually be here. First.
So
That's
this Sunday.
So this Sunday at 7:30 Eastern, you'll catch D&D here, where we're super nerdy. You can follow me on Twitter at Ramsbug if you want to know what I'm up to and who I'm watching.
We really should just make this podcast 7:30 so that
So
that you don't have to remember two different times.
It's really difficult for me.
I stream.
Also,
I stream on two different time planes. Weekends are different than weekdays. I have the podcast on Wednesdays. I have the D&D on Sundays.
You choose this life, though. I was thrown into it.
You chose. You could have said no.
Could I?
Hoop. Why don't you tell us
really?
more about the civil rights movement or whatever you're getting into?
Oh no, I was gonna make a joke about no, not even a joke. But like nowadays, the white people want to be in the back of the bus, like all through school. Like everyone's fighting over the back of the fucking bus. Dude. I don't get it.
The fuck ups want to be in the back of the bus. It doesn't matter.
I remember when I learned about this, and they were just like, yeah, black people had to sit in the back of the bus. I was just like, but that's where I want to sit. I was really confused. Like, how is that a punishment?
That's the best part of the bus.
If you get to sit in the back of the bus, that means you've made it. Like, I was really confused.
Right?
It took me years to realize that was actually part of that terrible movement. But not the civil rights movement being terrible. I mean, like, slavery and all that.
Wow.
I was like, I think I need to clear up what I'm saying. More people are like, wow, how did Hoop agree to be on with this ass hat? So, anyway, one thing I want to plug real quick at the beginning of this podcast, for people who are watching on YouTube who might not be around on the Twitch side of things, real big announcement on my channel. This week, as more specifically yesterday, which was Tuesday, I was shockingly so invited to go to the Destiny 2 gameplay reveal in LA. I kind of poked around on Twitter and whatnot and sent funny memes to people hoping that I'd get a response, and at some point I kissed the right asses and somebody actually offered me an invite. Yes, Rams?
Do they know like how much you shit on the game? Because that's funny.
I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. I know that the day that the first round of invites went out, Deej unfollowed me on Twitter, and but it was Activision who invited me. So
Right.
I don't. But here's the thing: is it's one of my favorite games of all time. I'm harshly critical. God damn it! I can't use that guy's name. I'm very critical of the game. At certain points, because I just I don't know, like everyone else, there's parts of things about the game that I think need drastic improvement. But I think Destiny 2.
Just hoping that you'll cause some shit.
Well, I mean,
Let's fight this guy. And, something's gonna go down.
All I'm gonna say is I turned down a position at an event. I'm gonna be very vague. I turned down a position at an event coming up where they literally just wanted me to go and stir the pot, and I was like, I'm not going to be the guy in the stocks out in the yard for you. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Who are we gonna throw our rotten food at?
I don't know, but not me. Let's find some. I think we're good on that. I think Destiny Directory is good on who to throw food at.
I totally understand, like, ragging on a game, not because you don't like it, but because you want to see it fucking improve. Like, you're pointing out the flaws that need to be fucking changed.
And there's a difference between people who, like, legitimately shit on a game and people who are critical. Because there's definitely people who are like, I'm going to play Trials for 40 hours every single weekend, no matter what happens, and I'm going to yell obscenities and threaten to kill people's families on Twitter at the same time because of how much I hate this game. And it's like, you have a disorder, you know? Like, those people have disorders, and it's like, you need to go talk to somebody. This isn't healthy. I just get into games and I'm like, how is this okay? You know, and like with the I gave them crap openly on podcasts that get lots of listeners, including I did a speak pipe on a podcast that I know has Bungie listeners, like people in Bungie, where I said we spent hundreds of dollars on your microtransactions and didn't get crap. So explain this. And then it turns out I really just poked and prodded the people with the absolute worst RNG in Destiny at that time. It was insane. Nice. But it was also the day it came out, and it was like, this is pretty hard to ignore. You know, so it was tough. But
so I actually had someone describe to me what RNG actually is as far as code, and it makes complete sense now. And like, so everyone's just like, certain people get certain things, and I remember the whole debates and stuff about, you know, I'd never get gloves when Destiny first was releasing. That's actually true to an extent. It's just how much they actually put into the mix as far as what that RNG looks like. But literally, you are assigned a group in the whole vastness of Destiny. And how many groups there are depends on, you know, how random it feels. But within that group, you have certain percentages of what's going to drop and what's not. So there's always going to be something or some things that are rare to you, or, you know, rare-ish. And that's why it seems like I only get helmets, because I only get helmets, but yet someone else, they never get gloves. It's that effect. That's literally how the code is built for RNG. It's just depending on how many groups there are and what those percentages are is what makes it feel random.
Yeah, so RNG in different games is different things. Like if I did RNG in a roguelike, it's completely different from RNG in Destiny. But in the terms of Destiny's RNG, it's kind of like Google search. You search something enough, you're going to be put into a group. You know, it's like, I like, and it's going to have like ponies, horses, cupcakes, and sandwiches. If you're looking up like horses in
For the
food.
record, now we know how Hoop's brain works. Those were the fastest things like he could come up with. So we got ponies,
all the things in the
horses,
whole world, those were the things that
like his word association went from pony to horses. I get that. Horses to cupcakes, which makes me think of a child and a horse named Cupcakes. And while he rode the horses, he ate sandwiches. Like, I have no idea. Like,
no, I was trying to figure out like the weight distribution of horses and how we could sell horse meat as sandwiches. I was like, you know, ponies are fluffy, right? Can I turn those into cupcakes? They don't turn into cupcakes very well. Let's be honest here.
Oh my god, I just have this image in my head now of Hoop as a young boy riding a horse named Cupcake.
Eating a sandwich?
Like, eating a sandwich.
Oh.
Yo, it was good.
The horse named Cupcake eating a sandwich. That's not what I got.
I actually used to be a horse named Cupcake.
That was in your former life, in your past life. Anyway, all RNG side tangents aside, I've been invited to this event.
Sorry.
It's all good. It's a good conversation. But all this aside, I've been invited to this event. I don't know exactly how exclusive it is, but it seems like it's pretty damn tough to get into. There's a lot of people that didn't have this opportunity, and I don't know how I weaseled my way in there, but I'm extremely grateful. Yeah, right, exactly. Yep.
Actually, my girlfriend's a brony.
Nice. And so, that being said, the only downside is that making the trip to LA on such short notice is very difficult because all of the bit money that just came through is not being paid out until June 15th. So I am currently going to be doing a lot of advertising on the stream to raise money as fast as possible for this trip, and there's a decent chance that over the weekend we'll do some sort of subathon or some sort of it's a 12-hour stream, but for every $100 every $100 we raise, I stay on for another hour or something like that, up to 24 hours, do something like that, and we'll do something fun and exciting to try to draw people in and sell out a little bit on Twitch, which I try not to do, but this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I'll probably never get to do something like this again, so I'm going to sell out for a little bit and then go back to my normal ways of not talking about money on stream ever. So, but I appreciate everybody that helped me get this opportunity. I'm really excited. This is not something I'm going to take lightly. I'm going to be able to bring content back. I'm going to be able to actually capture and record gameplay. I'm going to get to play the game first. It's awesome. So I'm really excited, and I just wanted to share that with you guys here on the podcast as we got started, and then be done talking about Destiny. So
quickly to chat. I do actually go outside. I actually have a normal human life, somewhat normal. But yeah, I do actually go outside on occasion. Mow the lawn, do that kind of shit. Throw things at my neighbors.
I'm trying to think of what's funnier. Hoop behind, don't tell me, but either hoop behind a push mower or hoop on a riding mower. Because I'd like to think if he's on a riding mower, it's a John Deere. He's got a John Deere trucker hat on, and he's got a beer in a koozie in one of his hands.
Man, I wish I lived in Texas.
I just imagine him on a riding lawnmower, like riding against a tree, asleep.
Yeah.
No, it is a push. Oh, it's like a 10-year-old gas push my dad used to use.
Nice.
I bought a manual push because I thought it'd be good for the environment, and I hate myself for it.
Yep. That sucks.
I love push. Oh mine's a manual, not assist or anything. Yeah, I don't know. I like it though. Most of my yard's uphill actually, so it's actually a solid workout because I gotta push the whole fucking thing from front up all the way to the backyard. I don't know. I like mowing the lawn though.
I don't hate it either. And not something that Rams is going to be able to sympathize with, but I love snow blowing the driveway too. When it's all done, it's got these crisp edges.
Yeah, it feels good. Like you look at it, it's like, yeah.
Especially when you finish, because I work mornings, so oftentimes I'm doing snow in the mornings. And when you leave in the morning and the sun comes out, when you come home from work, the driveway is just black again from all the snow, the sun melting the ice off the drive. Oh my God, am I 50? I am so 50 years old.
I'll never be able to experience that.
Oh man, I can walk up the driveway without slipping. Oh, thank God.
It's so, and especially if the neighbors around you don't do that and their driveways look like shit, you feel real good. You're like, ha! You guys didn't keep up with your driveway. You're dumb. Like, it's great. I love it. But anyway, besides the fact that I'm a 50-year-old stuck in a 30-year-old's body, there was a really interesting, before I jump into this article, is there anything anyone want to talk about real quick? Let me put that out there. I was talking about something
before we tangented into RNG, didn't I? I was talking about the hating on games thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about, I totally understand. I did the same thing with MechWarrior, actually. It's a game that I enjoy, but it's in a really bad spot. And I get a shit ton of free content. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I've gotten probably close to $1,000 of just free shit in that game. I've also been invited to MechCon, which would be another about $200 in my pocket used. So I get a bunch of free shit, but I absolutely rag on that game because there are things about it that just shouldn't happen. There was just bad practices, and I totally understand. Like, it feels weird getting these things, being invited to stuff when you are talking shit about a game, but you're talking shit because you want to see it grow, not because you want to see it fail.
But I think that the biggest difference is in the rhetoric and how you speak about it. Because if you say, I'm talking shit because I love the game, that's like being like, I talk shit about my wife because I love her. No, that's an abusive relationship. It's about being constructive.
Yeah,
and
it's constructive criticism.
Yeah, and I feel like every time I've gone on rants about, I'm going to use Destiny as my example because it's that insane love-hate relationship where it's like my favorite game ever, thousands and thousands of hours invested into the game, but there's been points in the game where I'm like, whoa. Points in the game where it's just been like crazy difficult to be happy. And so I go on these tangents, but I feel like they're well thought out. I don't think they're ever like, I fucking hate this game. Like,
yeah.
Occasionally you're impulsive with the things that you say and act upon.
Okay. Oh, absolutely. But I think when people question me on those opinions, there's a I'm trying to think of how to put it. There's a reasoning behind it. There's a logic behind it. There might just be a better way for me to bring it out.
The feeling is validated. The response maybe not so much.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that's one of those things that I think everyone needs to work on to a degree, because it's so easy to just let that shit just run away. But there is definitely talking shit and being critical are very different, and that's where the difference is. I try to be critical, and sometimes it comes off as talking as shit. Some people just talk shit, other people are just critical. And I think the people that are just critical are the ones that get the most respect and the best response from developers. So, but, you know, I won the tweet gift wars. It's a good gift, right?
You won the tweet gift wars. I didn't even do a gift this time, and you won.
Because we're smart. Ram starts out with putting on makeup, start out doing racist bus jokes. Blue starts out being old. Oh.
Yep, this podcast is off to a great start. Shit, why didn't I book somebody else to talk? But no, there's a I would say I know some of our viewers, because I'm working on myself in this channel the way that I know a lot of our viewers are. I'm gonna point one of them out. Thomas has always worked at this as well, of stopping and thinking about what you're doing, and saying things more with all the bits gaming thing. Oh my god! Thank you so much. I'm just taking the time to think about what you want to say and saying what you mean to say instead of just saying things at random and hoping for the best is a much smarter way of going about it.
So this is something that I've improved in my IRL life, with thinking about what I'm going to say and before reacting about what I want to do, and I've learned to improve on it by my interactions with trolls. I'm absolutely
I know
right now. When you bop a troll or whatever as a mod, and they most of the time they come and whisper all the mods. They'll just mass whisper and see which of the mods will bite on it, so they can continue to argue and be a dick. That's a thing. When you just react, just kind of all right, you got bopped, sorry, bye, nonchalant, nothing happens. If you try to get back at them and react in the moment that you want to, you're a fucking asshole, don't say that shit. Don't say you want to murder this person's baby. Really fucked up shit. Someone clip that, and that's gonna be someone's alert.
That's not only that though, but it's at some point going to be used in a court of law.
Yep, alert and court of law. Someone clip that, please. So the extremes like that are you don't get the response, especially if you try to troll back at them. That tends to go negatively. What you really got to do is get really honest with yourself and speak from the heart and speak very intelligently to them about their behavior.
Yeah.
If you go to them with a, hey, I understand that you hate yourself. I get it. I'm sorry that you're going through this. Please, do you want to talk about your feelings? And troll them in that way, oh my god, it is so much fun.
Oh, yeah.
And when you come at your own emotions and check yourself, no matter how you check yourself, whether you can pause and not be frustrated, or pause and not cry, or pause and not, whatever your normal reaction to a situation would be. I don't want to restart right now, Windows. Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Rams is up.
Oh no. It's gonna be midnight. Perfect. Okay.
There you go.
When you can train yourself to check yourself like that, you find yourself doing it in normal everyday feelings. So you can be able to control your emotions in any situation, including nervousness when you have to speak to a crowd. You'll learn how to check yourself with that and readjust how you would normally react to that. I feel it's very helpful in many situations.
I bet. It's a matter of stopping and thinking about what you want to say and making sure you say what you want to say.
Right.
I think that's the big thing. Not so much just thinking before you speak, but make sure you say what you want to say. However you say it, make sure that the point that you want to make actually gets like comes across.
And that's where you get within yourself a little bit. You don't just react. You check. When I say check yourself, I mean like, how am I feeling? What am I thinking? Like, what am I actually thinking about this situation? Not, what is my knee-jerk reaction? When you really get into it and say, what do I really feel about this? Well, I don't feel shit for this troll. This person can go suck themselves off into an eternity. Then you're able to reapproach that situation in a different light. I couldn't think of anything else to say, Blue. Don't give me that look.
I was just trying to decide whether or not that was a punishment. Oh, that was all it was. I wasn't like questioning your thought process. I was just like I don't know.
I mean, eventually your jaw's gonna hurt, your dick's gonna
Would
fall.
you starve? I don't know.
Sorry. But anyway,
honestly, eventually you'd get hungry, and eventually the thing in your mouth is gonna taste very delicious.
See, and sooner or later, Hoop's gonna come in and take the joke too far. So, but I'm
just ruining the image for Blue.
Oh, whatever.
I'm making it my own joke and giving Blue nightmares. It's gonna be great.
Fair enough. I don't mean to use like specific examples, but we had a troll earlier today. It was fucking beautiful. He came in. He wanted me to. He put the thing where he was. He wanted me to basically say in so many words, "IRL streams are so fucking stupid," but it was sofa king, and then it was stool pit. And so I read it. I was like, IRL streams. Why are IRL streams so sofa king stool pit? And I like said it like that. And I know what sofa king means, but I was like, you want me to say sofa king stupid? What is this? And someone bops him. I was like, no, bring him back. And what we do every time is I go, let them talk. They have nothing to say. They have their one joke. They come in, they drop it. They have nothing to say. Yeah. And we let them talk for like 5-6 minutes, and everyone was like, come on. And we let them dig their own grave. And then finally I was like, all right, you guys can get rid of them now. And we got rid of them and moved on. I mean, that's the other, like, if you're doing it privately, what Rams said is beautiful. As a streamer, I find that they will always dig their own grave if you let them talk.
No one wants to be the joke. No one wants to be the joke. They want to be but they don't want to be made fun of any form. No matter how much they can say it doesn't bother them, absolutely 100% people are human except for Hoop, and being made a joke is not fun.
No.
In any form. Even if you can retort to it, even if you're really good at coming right back at it, it's still not fun.
Well, yeah. Even if your responses are on point, if you got 20 people in chat going, what else you got? It's like, well, that's not, I want a room full of laughter, not a bunch of people staring at, a quiet room. Like, this joke killed at the club in San Antonio. Why isn't it working in Cincinnati? They're all just dead silent. Well, it's because in our chat, we're just going to look at you and be like, give us something fresh. Give us something new. You can't, can you? You're dumb.
Pull your pants down. Do it.
My chat tears trolls apart, flat out. Like, they know how I respond, and so they respond the same way, and trolls do not have a good time around. It's honestly more entertaining to watch my chat tear them apart than to have the troll come in.
You have vicious dogs for viewers.
Yeah, that's true. I think that my chat as a whole has really started to embrace the whole let the troll dig themselves their own grave. Mm-hmm. It works so well, and it's so satisfying because this guy started repeating what I was saying. He was literally typing the words that I was saying verbatim, and even my chat was like, really? We're just copying Blue now? Like, it was just...
I used to do that to my sister when I was 7.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it was really funny.
Last time I had a troll was a few weeks ago, actually. It's been a while since
is it just me or is trollness light nowadays?
Yeah.
Did Twitch do something?
I don't know.
Is it like a roguelike but with trolls?
It's a dumb question, but there's a lot of finals coming up. Is it just the time of year where kids aren't allowed on the computer or something? I don't know.
Maybe
I feel more like, honestly, because it's
nicer?
It's still school time, there's still less trolls, and since it's coming up to the end of the school year.
I don't remember this lull last year.
I don't either, but I might didn't have as much foot traffic.
Last year there was also not necessarily trolls, but it was bots.
Yeah,
it was very much few bots.
It was few bots, and then it was summertime. Like there was no ending to it.
It might be a perfect storm of end of the school year finals. The weather getting nicer, and so you have kids that don't get a lot of time outside of school, then they have to spend time studying outside of school, and it's nicer out. So I do think that the nice weather combined with school pushes some kids outside, but during the summer, kids get bored, and then they get back on their computer. So, and then it's just a nightmare all summer. Sorry, kids. Right. You're a nightmare all summer.
You're a nightmare. Fuck you.
I'm just gonna put it out there. You guys make our lives a living hell for 3 months every year. But, because my life doesn't change, I don't get a summer break, so I'm doing the same thing, but you guys are just being asshats
I was
the whole
thinking
time.
of this morning when I was working, like, God, I wish I could just take 3 months off of work.
Right?
Come right back.
Oh, man. That'd be great.
Oh.
But, so, for lack of a better term, main topic, this...
Something we wanted to talk about today.
Yeah,
there you go.
There we go. There was this article that came out from Kotaku that actually featured a couple of streamers that I really appreciate. I'm going to post it in chat. If you want to get this article yourself, I will try to remember to put it in the description down below on the YouTube channel. If not, it's in my Discord in the announcements. Just scroll up. And it's all about Twitch fans taking their... I don't want to use... I kind of feel like I need to use this word to a degree. Their obsession with streamers too far. And where do streamers have to draw the line?
Developing an obsession with streamers.
Yeah, and literally, in some cases, falling in love with streamers. Like, not falling in like with streamers, but having a full-blown, like, love feeling for streamers and spending time in the stream for that reason. And when does that... Where do you cross the line? Guess who?
I love you, Blue.
You know, I knew that, but I never wanted... I love you, too. But I never wanted to say anything, because I wasn't sure. You want to make out?
I was going to say tummy sticks, but
tummy
yeah.
sticks.
Can we go one Wednesday without bringing up tummy sticks?
People have literally 3 different people have said when the affiliate emotes come out, mine should be a tummy sticks emote. I'm like,
Tummy sticks?
no, absolutely not. The ambassador for my stream that my subs get to use will not be a tummy sticks emote.
Tummy sticks.
It will not be.
Like, who is that? I need that emote.
Speaking of emotes, actually, I'm getting some work done. I'm pretty fucking excited.
You posted some of it for us to see. I won't show it yet, but that's cool, man.
It's fucking so
it's cool.
exciting.
I got some stuff on the way myself, but because of what's going on with the Destiny 2,
No, I don't.
Shut up,
I don't
Rams.
have anything.
I had to back burner my stuff because LA is a little bit more important at the moment.
Use your little phone emojis, all right? God.
I subbed to someone because I really like their emojis this week.
Yeah?
I think it's why most people sub. It's like, yeah, I mean, I like you, but look at those emojis.
A big streamer actually called out this other guy that because of that, not like called out in a mean way at all, in like a really funny way, because most of this big streamer's subs are subs of this other guy who like he streams to like 60 people, but has like the 2,000 subs, whatever amount of emotes. He has so many subs, but no one watches them. It's just because his emotes are baller. Like, he's the best emotes.
I mean, who is it?
Slayer Rage.
Oh, yeah.
Slayer Rage's emotes are amazing. Like, you can't deny that. But yeah, he'll stream to like 60 people on average. Rotating amount of people. But
yeah. No, I hear you.
This is funny. He has the best emotes.
But no, emotes can be a real selling point for a stream. So
absolutely.
It can definitely help. But anyway,
Hoop, you only have butt emotes?
Apparently. I mean, I only have the one butt emote right now. I'm going to point out real quick before we jump into this that I also have noticed that I've not seen, now I understand a lot of people aren't doing the whole like I want to add emotes for tiers, but I have not seen a tier 2 or 3 emote that I thought was like, that's worth it. I have not seen one, and for there's a lot of people doing that system where it's rotating or whatever, but there's a lot of people who aren't, and they're saying this is what you guys, a lot of people are doing a gold version of everyone's favorite emote and stuff like that, but I have yet to see someone who's selling that tier 3 with an emote have a good emote. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it, and I'm just like, man, if I was that guy, and I'm not, if I had tiered, I'd do rotating. I think that's a really good way of doing it. But if I was that guy, I don't know what I would put on there to make it cool enough, but the ones that I've seen wouldn't sell me. Like, I don't know. It's interesting to me watching that pan out a little bit.
I don't think they're necessarily trying to sell it. They're just putting it up there to say, hey, there's a reward and you can do it if you want to, but you don't have to. You're not getting anything crazy special for doing it.
But do you have one emote that you were like, if you got to use one emote forever, that's the emote you want?
I'd probably just use like a hype emote or something.
That's kind of lame. Then again, you're kind of lame when it comes to emotional stuff.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about the ones that I have, like honestly, my hype emote's the best one I have as well, and I like it.
I really like this one.
Which one? The wiener one?
No, the wiener one's great, but that's not a tier.
Yeah, the Lono Mad.
I don't like. Maybe just because I know that my problem with that emote is he actually gets mad and then pretends he's not, and that's where I'm like, I can't get into it. Like I've watched him too many times do the whole, oh, I'm angry, and it's like, no, you are, and it's okay that you are. Streamers are allowed to be mad, and so that's why that emote doesn't sell it for me.
I just like the emote, but see, emotes aren't for that. Hey. Emotes are not for that streamer. Emotes are for the fans and for the emote itself.
I disagree. In fact, entirely disagree.
So, not the streamer, though. The streamer, the viewers, yes, but not the streamer.
But the stream. It's for the stream.
The viewers.
Which the stream embodies everything. It involves the culture that you've built inside of your stream.
Right, but I think
like I've never used Venalurk outside of Venalis's chat, but I use it every single day in his chat because he goes, "Can I get a lurker raid?" And he likes to do that, and everyone puts up their Venalurk. It's part of the culture that he's built.
Why are you wiggly? We have totally different views on emotes then, because my favorite thing about emotes is using them in channels that are not that channel. I think that emotes in itself is an advertising tool. I think that you can build community with them by having your emote that's an inside joke, but those aren't the best emotes. The best emotes are the ones that work in many situations and in lots of different streams. Like the wiener emote. It's funny.
Oh, I agree. And
the butt emotes.
The butt emotes and Brobacue's sausage.
Vin's new one. This one right here.
Yeah.
Hilarious. I'm gonna use the shit out of this. And not in Vin's chat. Everywhere. I use Vin Fab all the time.
But here's the thing.
New emotes are pretty fantastic.
Yeah, no, and I love all the new emotes, because at first it was like, yeah, look at all these partnered streamers getting all these new emotes. I never once stopped and said, look at all the viewers getting all these new emotes. Like I never even thought about it from that perspective.
Yeah. But it is.
It's great. So it's awesome for everyone.
Yeah, the viewers are getting new emotes, but it's the streamer who is getting new emotes.
In some ways, doesn't maybe not every streamer, but hi baby. That is Hoop.
That's a black man. I was gonna say that before he said that was Hoop too, by the way. She lives in Texas. She's never seen one.
That's not Daddy, that's Blue.
I knew it! I knew it!
Yes, he's laughing.
Proved by the child. Rams and Blue sleeping together. I win! I win the internet.
This child is redheaded. And very pale. Also, she's 2, and I don't think I've known Blue that long. I'm laughing, baby. He is happy.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I
miss this child.
What were we talking about? God
no, all the child knows is that you can't be daddy.
He's laughing. Yeah. I forgot what we're talking about.
Emotes and building communities versus advertising tools, yada yada yada.
I had a point I was making.
I don't think you're wrong that emotes are a great way to, as an advertising tool, the word I use for the one emote that I'll get eventually is my ambassador. That's the tool that people are going to use outside of my stream to advertise my stream. Mm-hmm. I feel like Rams is like trying to make a move right now, and I should give her a chance.
I'm trying really wiggly and talky right now while Dada has a cigarette.
Oh, I gotcha.
2-year-old. So we just gotta wait.
It's all right. It's all right.
So I'm gonna mute while she talks.
No, it's all right. No, I don't disagree with that at all. But I think first and foremost, first and foremost, it's about building the community. For instance, that rage emote, I get what it's saying. I find it kind of bizarre, but I get what it's saying, but I don't think it would exist if the community hadn't responded in the way that it did.
That was my point. Okay, so, sorry. I think that most streamers are talking to their community and what type of emotes they want to see. All right, baby, go touch something sharp. Like Lono's example went to mods and said, you know, what are some ideas? Like, what do you got? What are some ideas you got going on? Throwing some stuff together and showing us and that sort of stuff. So he got our input on what we wanted to see for new emotes, because we're in touch with the community and what we want, right? And you know, when we have feedback like, yeah, that's funny, but that's sort of really inside jokey, or what does that look like outside of our stream? Like, those are things that you really want to consider when you're thinking of an emote. Like, you know, I've seen other streamers as well, like when people are spamming hype, they're like, oh, whose emote is that? Like, something that catches the eye and really is unique. You want your emotes to stand out, and not just be a part of the community feel, but also be unique in itself and want to be used elsewhere. You have your ambassador, great. What if no one can use it anywhere else? What if it's like your face going, like, who cares?
No,
like,
I understand that. I totally agree. But I think it has to, before anything else, it has to be something that your stream embraces, your viewership, your viewers. Mm-hmm. I think they have to embrace it first, and that's my point, is that it's about building that community. You don't embrace
that rage emote, the community does.
And that's fine. That's fine. And I think that's why I don't spend very much time in that stream, because I look at it and go, it's okay for you to be angry, why do you pretend that you're not? You know, and then people love it, and that's fine. I'm not going to sit here and tell people that they are wrong. That community isn't for you. Exactly, and that's totally fine. There's a streamer whom I love, and people know that I love, and I cannot get into their community at all. Their community, in my opinion, is insanely toxic, but I love the stream, and it drives me crazy. So it's just weird. Some streams just don't work out that way, and it's a different. I'm not talking about. Say no to Rage. I'm talking about someone else. I'm just not going to name names.
Yeah, I know you're not talking about one of them. I'm not telling who it is. Normally I would know these things. It's cool. You don't have to. I'm not
gonna name names, but it's you know, it's communities can be really important. Are really important to every stream, and I think that a big part of building those streams are the emotes. It can be a really great way to build these type of culture that you want in your stream, because if you make your emotes really dark and heavy and gloomy and hoopy, then you're gonna have. I've seen a couple of his emotes that he's working on, and they're really cool, but they're a little gloomy. They're very hoop.
I wouldn't. No, so I've been to. We've rated people that I've really enjoyed. Actually enjoyed the community, enjoyed them as streamers. I have a limited budget. I can only spend X amount of dollars a month on Twitch, and I kind of cross it sometimes because Twitch. And I would love to sub to some of these people. I hate their emotes. Like, most of them are like them smiling, them crying, them, you know, hyping. Like, I don't want to use that anywhere else. Yeah. And I'm rarely in their stream because I float around like a lot of viewers do. You know, 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, hour here, hour there. So, A, why would you just want to see your face over and over and over again? If emotes are for the streamers, then you're really narcissistic. Sorry. And then B, like, no one else gives a shit if I were to put this in someone else's chat. A, they don't know who you are. And B, like, who the fuck cares about a guy crying, like, or a guy smiling? Like, do something with your emotes.
The exception to the rule is the French Stallion.
Oh.
The French Stallion, all of his emotes are his face.
Show me.
He's the guy who did. I'm not subbed to him anymore. He's the guy who really embraced the no nose emote thing. You have to. Have you really never seen the French Stallion?
Are there is that like the blue 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 guy and like the weird face people?
Yeah.
Okay, totally know who you're talking about. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. No.
I totally know who you're talking about. Okay, I didn't know that.
And he is the exception. Literally every single all he plays is Rocksmith. He learned how to play guitar playing Rocksmith, and now he is like an insanely skilled guitarist. He is also the weirdest fucking guy you've ever met.
Those are some creepy emotes.
Yeah, they're insanely creepy, but that's his whole thing is cringe. Like, how cringy can I be but make you love me? It's no one else could do. It's kind of like how people say there's never going to be another Dan's Gaming, there's never going to be another Lyric, there's never going to be another La French Stallion. No one will ever be able to do what that guy does. And his emotes are
Is it kind of like this one?
Yeah. Oh, all over. But there's 40 of them.
The guy that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You know, I knew what you meant. There's 40 of them, and they're like really. Yeah, they're cringy as hell. I subbed to him for his emotes for a while, because I don't watch him much because I don't deal with cringe well. So.
And honestly, like a good emote, take Slayer Rage. Good emotes will get you subs.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hell, good emotes will get you follows too.
Those are for viewers, and like you can, if it ends. So going full circle back to the Rage emote, which I adore. I love that emote. I think it's amazing. Where yes, occasionally Lono does get mad. Maybe once a stream, maybe twice a stream. I don't even care. But the fact is, for the most part, what he does is really hard. And I would rage the fuck all the time. I'm
not disagreeing with anything you're saying for the record.
I'm not saying that you would disagree. I'm describing the purpose behind that emote. The emote's not for saying don't rage. The emote's for when he does get upset and he feels validated in his anger. There's always somebody in chat is gonna be like, say no to rage. They have to say it. They have to say it.
But his defense, though, was not embracing it.
Let me finish it out. Almost done. I'm almost done.
Shut up, Blue.
So this happens, or the say yes to rage, or why you raging, bruh. Like, that always happens, right? And sometimes it's like, okay, whatever, you don't even bump it, you just let it go. But sometimes you're gonna want to call that out because it's so funny that it fucking happens all the time when someone just like, say no to rage. Like, oh, you're so fucking unique. Did you just think of that? Let me write that one down because, that is really, really unique and awesome that you said that. Like, it's just, it's a standard that happens in the stream every single day that everyone sees. So it's really funny to have something to respond to that. And whether or not you believe that response is valid or unique or not, I think that the fact that that is our response as a community, to be like, haha, look at this fucker, he said say yes to rage, like we've never heard that before. And that's where the rage emote comes from. So it is not for the streamer, it's for the viewers and the viewers' perception on the chat and the community itself, which I adore.
That being said, we're literally dropping every single frame, but I didn't want to cut you off. I'm pretty sure the only way to fix this is for me to change the because nope, I found it.
What I just said.
I found it, you piece of shit. Paladins, you do not update right now. It is not your time to update.
I think he did that on purpose.
No, I really didn't.
I really feel like that happened on purpose.
I didn't cut you off, did I? I let you. No, nothing you said is just the picture gets lost. The words don't.
Well, no one wants to see me anyway. That's fine. That's
when
fine.
you drop frames, it's just the picture that goes.
Okay, cool.
So no, I didn't do that on purpose. Trust me, I hate it when
my coloring is off.
We just dropped 4,000 frames out of nowhere. No, listen, I don't disagree with anything you're saying, but. You dig your own grave. My first look at that, you fixed it.
I totally didn't even change my.
I knew you didn't, but every time I bring it up, you look at me funny before stream. You go, and so I just like, yeah, that's the one. So I just don't say it anymore and let you be washed out for the whole thing. But no, like my first trolls were people making accounts. I'm the gay ranger. And I go, ha.
Yeah.
And I just,
ha.
We Jokes on you, I am.
And yeah, right? And then every single day someone comes in and goes, what if I'm the Green Ranger? I'm like, you're going to have to take it up with the Green Ranger. Like, I don't, like, instead of fighting it. There's two ways to go about it. You embrace it, you fight it, and he chose to fight it. And, because I've been there for a year and a half. He's chosen to fight it, and I just find it to be strange. It's
To each their own how they want to
run. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, absolutely.
And that's why, like, to go back to the emote concept and the discussion that we're having, that's why, like, emotes are so important to community, and that's why it's fantastic that affiliates are getting their emote, because it is strangely a foundation in its own little way, to have a shared thing, something special, like getting the raid emblem in Destiny, something that says this is part of what I've done.
Yeah.
And being a sub is that. And everyone wants to show off things, and just being a sub sometimes isn't good enough. You want something to show off that you are.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
Excuse me, beer burp.
So, you know, and I just think that the emote for the affiliates is a great move in the right direction. I strongly urge everyone to start thinking about it now. I've been thinking about it since I got the affiliate email, and I still have no freaking clue what I'm gonna do.
I haven't been thinking about it at all.
So you can go like a couple different ways. Like, if you find that one emote that's like, yes, this is the one that encapsulates everything, or probably not going to happen. Or you go like, this is the one everyone's going to use in every other chat, like the wiener emote. Doesn't necessarily mean anything, except it is a wiener and that's funny. Or like a beer emote. That would get used. Is it like unique or special? Probably not.
Yeah.
Or you go like super, super community sided and be like, no one knows what this means except for the people that sub to me. And none of it's wrong. None of all three of those options, none of it's wrong. It's just like, those are the options, and that's what people do. Like,
yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But yeah, emotes are fun. Emotes are fun. And every community has different emotes, and there's some streamers out there who I love to death, but their emotes are just garbage. Like
garbage.
And honestly, like, I look at my BTTV emotes, and they are fucking all over the place.
I'm gonna whisper you someone right now. I'm gonna whisper you someone in chat and YouTube. You don't know who this is right now.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's why I'm updating my emotes. I actually have emotes, Brian's.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah. I don't even need to look at. Yeah.
I would love to sub to that person. I can't. The emotes are balls, not literal balls. If they were actually balls, I would sub, because that is better than the emotes that are currently there. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's really bad, right?
Yeah, no, it's true. But you know, and there's yeah, emotes are important. I think it's important. This is a really tough one to say because it's an unpopular opinion that could get me in trouble, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. It's not about anyone specific.
Stir that pot, Blue.
I'm kind of over that everyone needs chibis as their emotes thing right now. How everyone's like, if you look, there's a number of artists. There's nothing. If I name artists, I am not slamming the artists. The artists draw what the streamer wants. This is no commentary on any artist if I name anyone. Someone
clip this and send it to all artists.
Right? This is not a commentary on any of the artists. The artists are great. It's just like I'm seeing this trend. If you look, especially because I spend a lot of time in the Destiny directory, there's a ton of Destiny streamers who all are getting these very similar looking. Like, I know Little Jedi Wolf. She does tons of emotes for tons of streamers now, and they all kind of look the same. They're all chibis of the person playing Destiny, and it's just like, there's nothing wrong. They look great, but where's the variety? In my opinion, I look at them like, there's one person who nailed it, and that's Jay Sniperton. He made those turtle emotes, and they're great. And I just sort of like sit there and go, everyone else is just like, I don't care that you're
I love turtles.
Yeah, right. I don't care that everyone else is like a cute girl that plays games. So there's all these little cute girl chibis that are, this one's a Titan, and this one, like, I don't care about any of that stuff. And it seems like emotes are getting across the board turned into the same thing.
And so I'm 100% on your side in this, but something that I'm viewing from, community leading position here is there is a purpose behind that within a single directory streamer. Single directory streamer making their stand as this is who I am, right? So Then you put your chibi emote into that another single directory streamer's chat, and they know who that is because it's all one big homogenous pot of single directory streamers. And I mean people that only stream one game. It does not make sense in variety streaming at all.
No.
Because if you are raiding someone, if you happen to meet someone, as a streamer, you meet someone that you want to raid, and then you raid and you're spamming your chibi emotes, no one knows who you are yet. They're not a part of your community because you're playing variety. And you're not going to capture anyone with those emotes as far as like, hey, let me go check this out. This is funny. It's a wiener. Like you're not
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep going back to that because it's one of my favorite emotes. But that homogeneity is not there, so you do need something that stands out a little bit more, or makes you question, kind of like I missed the bucket, kind of like Continue's bucket did, where it's just like, why?
Yeah, right.
Why is this? Like you really want to know why she had bucket as an emote.
Yeah,
like that was,
bucket.
Like that's a thing. Sudsy. So
Suds.
yeah. So it's still there? I thought it was gone for a second.
Nope.
Oh,
What?
Good. It is still there. This is a mobile thing.
Yeah, no, Suds is never gonna listen.
As soon as I saw that, I was just like, why? I gotta hear this. Like, I really do.
It's like the people who come in and go, so why can't I sell homemade butter in your channel? It's because it's in our rules.
Dude, you should have
Tell me
a
more.
Blue Ranger
Yeah.
butter emote.
Oh my god, a
Ranger
homemade
butter
butter
emote.
But no, I mean there's yeah, I don't know how the hell we got into like this whole emo thing, but
Yeah, we had a topic we were gonna do
yeah, we
tonight,
were,
too, like
but
an actual factual topic.
Yeah.
I know, right? But yeah, no, this is I think that it's a really good thing to talk about. I think that emotes, they drive a lot of what channels are about. And there's some channels where you just don't see a lot of emotes, and I kind of sit there and go, how the hell did you build a channel without emotes? All the most successful channels that I usually hang out in have emotes every other line, and like a lot of them, like they're always there to build the conversation and make everyone feel like they're a part of something. I don't know, it's kind of strange. What's that?
I don't understand Flashback. He's weird.
Yes.
Mr. Bucket, put your balls on my top, Mr. Bucket. It's an old toy.
It's an old toy called Mr. Bucket.
And Hoop just gets them. No, I don't.
I mean,
I
I got it.
talk about it all the time.
It's a very popular commercial from like the late 90s.
Mainly because it's like one of the most sexualized children toys around, because it's a bucket with balls in its mouth.
If it wasn't on like PBS, I probably didn't watch it.
Fair enough.
It was probably a commercial on PBS. It was a children's toy in like the 90s.
Yeah, it was.
PBS.
Commercial? Yeah, PBS didn't.
PBS
doesn't really show commercials, so.
True.
Doesn't have commercials. They have commercials about PBS.
Yeah.
True.
But anyway, sorry. Sorry.
But
self-promoting ads for the channel you're already watching. Hey guys, go watch ImTheBlueRanger. He's great.
Oh, thanks, Hoop.
Everyone leave here and go watch Blue.
He has this really racist friend that's on sometimes.
Right? Her daughter doesn't know what black people is.
Anyway.
I know.
To be fair, she pointed at the microphone first and said, "What's that?" before she pointed at you and said, "What's that?"
And I'm not racist. I hate all people equally.
But you know what? I'm not touching that one.
Yeah, Brian.
Do we have anything else you want to add
you posted
about
it, right?
before we move on? Is there anything anyone wanted to add about emotes before we continue?
Your emote should be a mod emote.
A mod emote? I don't know that.
Mod love, like the way, like
turn out good.
not Sniperton, fucking shitballs. I'm blanking on who has the mod love emote.
I would assume it's probably Evil Aura.
No, I'm.
Oh, he's the one that's all about mods. Oh, really? Oh, he's got. Yeah, he's got
Jake
enough.
Has the heart, the green heart with a sword in it. You should just do that.
Wow. Would be a little self-conceited rant.
Well, as someone whose channel doesn't has like the loosest guidelines on moderators ever, I don't know if that would make a lot of sense.
Everyone's a mod. You're a mod. You're a mod.
What? That's actually not that true, but no, it's more about how I don't like expect it. Like my mod chat is dead. Like I literally asked my mod chat and Discord for help a couple days ago and had to like DM people to be like, can you go into the mod chat and help me? And like got one response and I was like, sorry, I already went ahead with this. Thanks guys. So like, it's not that I'm against my mods. I love my mods, but I never expect anything from my mods. My mods, when they're here, I expect them to be mods. When they're not here, go about your business, you know? I know people that are like, I gotta stop what I'm doing because my... What? Why are you just being gross?
Sorry. No, it's a mom thing. Go about... Never mind.
Oh.
Sorry.
What?
I mommed.
You mommed.
I mommed. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't mean to mom, I mommed.
There you go. But no, it's more about when you're not here, like there's no obligation, and I don't ever want people to feel like they have to stop what they're doing because I'm going live and they need to rate or to mod for me. You know, like that's never gonna been the case, and it's it's weird though. I always have a mod around. But it seems like whenever I get like rated by like 300 people, I'm the only one here. It's like the weirdest, it's like the weirdest anomaly. I don't know why it is.
They check. They're like, all right, who should we raid? Who doesn't have mods right now? Who should we raid?
Right.
Oh, don't agree with Deej on that. You could have just texted me if you wanted my input thing. I know you're active in other mod chats on Discord, so don't even give me that shit.
I mean, I actually have the number of almost all of my mods. My serious mods, I should say.
Well, but the thing is that I only have 1 or 2 serious mods, and I have numbers like Deej and Rams. I have their numbers, but I don't. You know, they're like Superman. I'm not calling the UK. Weeaboo is like a lurk mod, you know, and I don't know that would be entirely appropriate for me to have Weeaboo's number. But you know, like there's mods that the best way to communicate is through DMs on Twitter or Discord or things like that. But anyway, so yeah, we're really good at these tangents. Do we want to talk about this article?
We do want to talk about the article, so I'll start off because I'll summarize, I guess. Unless you want to summarize.
Go for it.
Go
for it. I've been talking a lot. I gotta shut my mouth.
Hope, want to summarize? Did you read it? Just kidding. Come on, that was funny. There was an article
Actually, I did.
on Kotaku. I know you did. That's why it was funnier to me. There was an article on Kotaku about a streamer that I still can't pronounce the full name. I'm really good at summarizing. Basically, the article he had a fan who flew from Singapore to Florida, showed up at his front porch unannounced, and wanted to stay the night with him and meet him and hang out with him. And the article itself is about how viewers can have this false sense of friendship and camaraderie with streamers. And I say false, you know, yes, there's camaraderie and community there, but actual friendship, actual love, actual feeling like this person thinks I'm their BFF. And it goes into all sorts of entertainment like that, but the basic idea is that a lot of streamers, they do want to build a community. They do act and project themselves in a way that makes them friendly and approachable seeming, but really they're just assholes. No, that's not what it says. Really, they are performing. This is a form of entertainment, and excuse me,
Go on.
I'm really good at summarizing.
Ooh, didn't we say we were gonna get a lady to the stream?
They were getting a real black guy for the stream. Boom.
No, we were getting an ethnic person for the stream.
Why is the white male the only one that's just like, god damn? All right.
Because you know you have all the privileges already. So, you don't need to point out anything.
So there's a couple things that we wanted to touch on with this article. So highly suggest reading it. It's very creepy and also informative, and it does shed some eye-opening things. A lot of streamers are, you know, so I'm now out of the article, I'm just sort of speaking to it. A lot of streamers are very approachable seeming, and they do project that BFF feel. And when they recognize you every day, oh, what's up, Rams? Like, here, like, you have my number, like, we're friends. That's different than what this article is talking. We're friends, right?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So, but that's different than what this article is talking about, where, like, yes, in 3,000 people, maybe the streamer sees you every day and recognizes you as a viewer each day, but they don't know who you are. One of my favorite commentaries about this article that I heard was someone who said, like, okay, I was at a meet where I was meeting my fans, and someone came up to me and it was just like, so like, oh, it's you, hi, how's it going? And they recognized this person, and then it's like sort of walked away, and that was it. And the streamer's just like, I have no idea who that was. They recognized me, they knew who I was because they see me every day. They actually see me, they're in my life every single day, but I don't know you. And it's a completely different feel from behind the camera than when you're watching someone every single day.
Oh,
I thought that was really interesting. It's like, when I go to not DestinyCon, that's not what it's called. When I go to GuardianCon, there are going to be people that, like, I assume know who I am just because, like, they say hi to me, like, oh, it's Ramsbug, how's it going, babe? Like that sort of thing. Babe, that's what Spazzy called me for a while. I don't know why. But she doesn't know who I am. She's not going to recognize what I look like in the least, and she barely knows who I am. She knows my name, and that's it. Like, in that realization is kind of strange from a Twitch fanatic like myself. Not super fanatic, but it is sort of a realization of just like, yeah, Vin has tweeted at me specifically, and like, Vin's like a hero of mine and Blue as well, as far as like, he's a good person and like someone you want to be friends with, and he makes you feel like a friend. We do movie nights, but he doesn't know who I am. He doesn't. He probably doesn't remember that I have a child. Like things like that we do mention in chats, they do get missed and they get forgot because there's a shit ton of people in the world, and especially on Twitch.
Yeah.
That's my perspective.
But
an overall perspective.
I can actually like relate to that perfectly because I went to GuardianCon last year, and the second Aki and myself and Starmer rolled up to the first meetup, the bacon meetup or whatever the hell it was. It was like a breakfast thing that went into like 2 in the afternoon. It was really fucking weird. And we went up and rolled up, and Jay Sniperton was there, and Guardian Outpost was there, Legendary Ladman was there, like people we recognized were there. And then when we were walking outside to take the group photo, someone just comes up to me and goes, "Hey, what's going on, Blue?" And I was just like, "Hey, you." Like, and they told me who they were, and they were actually, at the time, they were a regular in the chat. And I was like, oh, fuck! Like, so from my end, I'm actually gonna argue possibly weirder, because you might walk up to somebody and all you have to say is, "Hi, I'm Ramsbug," and they're gonna be like, "Oh," and all connections are made. Whereas for me, people aren't gonna do that, and I know that. And they're gonna come and go, "Oh my God, Blue, it's you!" And I'm gonna go, "It's me!" Like,
yeah.
Like,
yeah, you gotta.
Hi.
Yeah, it's like running into an old high school friend after, like, it's 10 years later. It's like, "Hey, it's you!" It's like,
they have a beard, they've lost 100 pounds, and yet they're pregnant, and all of that doesn't make sense, but it's what's happening, and you're just like, "Yup,
that guy,
Steve." It is weird though, because like I know these feelings that they're discussing, because before I got into Twitch and everything, I'm like a hardcore Markiplier fan, and I feel like a little bit. No, I feel like I get him and stuff, and like it's like you sit there and you have to step back and go, like, yes, me and him, I've had people be like, "You and him will be best friends," like exactly the shit they word for word say in this article, and I'm like, that cat was like, "Give me your face."
Jesus Christ.
But it's just like I understand the feeling, because I've been there, but not like on like a super weird like level, I guess. I know how to regulate that emotion, which is what the article is saying, is not everyone does.
Yeah. Not everyone knows how to regulate.
A really brief side tangent, but we'll get right back into it. Hoop, I just saw your emotes, and they're adorable. I love them. Anyway, so I love them. Back onto it. So if you're reading the article, do it. If you haven't read it yet, that's a weird burpy summary of it. But there are a couple of things that kind of come out of this that I was thinking about. And the first thing that I thought about was privacy, because that's, even as like the small amount of streaming that I do on other people's channel, it is concerning about privacy. No, I don't want to restart. I told you change times.
Bye, Rams.
It's been real. Off black screen.
It really wants me to do this.
I have auto updates turned
Saturday.
off.
Do it
So
Saturday.
I just never update my PC.
Do it Saturday.
Okay, sorry. Alright. So I do have to think, okay, I have a daughter. I have, a husband and a family here in my life, and I have people that I love and care about and I speak to, and I have my own personal private things that I like to do and be a part of, right? I don't want anything on Twitch to interfere with that. As a mod, I've been hacked. My bank accounts were hacked, which is fun. Someone found my other profile, whatever, it ended up getting into my bank account. And I could tell that it was from Twitch because they bought Twitch subscriptions, they bought loot crates, and other such gaming materials as that from my account. And it was like really weird. Luckily, I talked to my bank that no problems or whatever, and we got it all fixed and they got prosecuted. But whatever. That was incredibly in my life. I don't like people to know my daughter's name. I don't, I don't even like having it in my lap when she's here, but it's kind of necessary for Ben to have a break every now and then. Those types of privacy things, I have to think about in a small way. If someone's doing this every single day, it would be very hard to turn off that part of your life where you do indulge in sharing yourself like that. And I think, so that was one of the things I want to talk about with you guys is, what are your privacy levels? What do you consider good for your life? And it's going to be different for every streamer, but where do you stand as far as letting people in, sharing who you are? Hoop says girlfriend. I don't believe he has a girlfriend because I've never heard her name. He probably won't say
I've shown
her name.
Blue. I've texted Blue pictures.
He sent me a picture of him standing next to a girl, and I tend to believe that
it was a mannequin.
It was a mannequin.
So that's my question for you guys is, what is your... I must have very bad connection. The lag may be on my end.
Yeah, it is on your end.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
what's your privacy?
Yeah, I live alone. I live in a... Yeah, but there's a lot of people around my place, so I don't really care. Everyone of my neighbors knows basically my daily schedule. So having someone show up my door, it doesn't necessarily bother me. It's not 100% chance I'm gonna just let them in unless it's one of my mods flashes up. I know them on a much more personal basis than if random viewers showed up Blue. I wouldn't let them.
If you showed up at my apartment completely unannounced, I would not open the door until I understood why you were there. I'm being completely honest with you.
I'd be worried for you too. I'd be worried for you too.
Now, if you texted me a day early and be like, dude, I'm coming through your city, I'm going to stop by, I'd be like, what are you coming through for? Oh, there's a convention for robots in the next town over. And I'll be like, cool, come by, But if you were just knock, 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 who's there? It's Hoop! I'd be like, no, why?
I'd be more worried about it not being me, but yeah.
Yeah. Now Salami Johnson or someone's gonna come by, and next time they knock on the door, they're just gonna yell, "That's Hoop!" So, but
I have weapons training with the stuff in my house, so I'm not necessarily worried about my personal safety. Okay. I don't have to worry about the people in my house because there's no one in my house.
Personal safety isn't your physical body nowadays. Personal safety is someone taking on your personality and posting things as you.
Well, that's different than someone.
That can absolutely happen.
Yeah, but that's...
Personal safety is someone having a shrine to you in their house and believing that you love them.
Yeah, but
that's personal safety that we're talking about.
Right now, we're on topic of them visiting me physically, and so we're on that.
I feel like that's the last step in all of these other things that are part of privacy. Maybe you could kick someone's ass, great, but how do you protect your privacy before that happens?
Well, in terms of like them having a shrine to me, I'm never gonna know. I don't honestly care, unless they're like coming to my chat and be like, "I love you and I've built shrine you," and send like photos to me. Otherwise, like if they don't, I don't honestly take them seriously in the slightest. And someone falling in love with me would be very surprising.
Well, they may have just downloaded the right drivers to fall in love with you.
Yeah. Honestly, it'd be a virus.
It'd be a virus. They didn't have a choice but to be in love with you because they got some virus. Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
What about you, Blue?
Not a big thought on me.
Do you have weapons in your house to protect you from online stalkers?
I have a weapon in my house, but I don't ever think about it. It's something I'd use for protection. I'm generally not concerned about that stuff. It was something we talked about after this came out. There was a member of chat who's like, I'm creeped out by this, and this is why I don't stream anymore and stuff like that. And I get it. Like, you know, I understand that that's some people's concerns, and they cited, you know, past experiences of being, you know, boys are scary. And I was like, listen, I can only sympathize or empathize with that. I can't sympathize with that because I don't know that feeling. I'm a 300-pound, 6-foot-tall male that has training in MMA and isn't quiet about it. Like, I'm not really worried about my physical safety. What I expressed my biggest concern was in terms of like allowing people to visit or visiting people or even sharing DMs and phone numbers and things that we were talking about before is, in my opinion, girls are scary. I've been accused, and I brought this up on my stream the other day. In college, I was accused of punching a girl in the face, and they tried to get me expelled over this. I had a female witness who had nothing to do with the situation and had no cards like in play for this to be one way or the other, who was like went in, and the reason I didn't get expelled was the deposition pulled her in, and they were like, "What did you see?" And she kicked the door in and started punching him, so he pushed her out of the room. And that's how that ended. And they're like, he didn't throw any punches. No. And that was the end of it. And I sit here and go, I know friends who have been accused of rape. I know I've been accused of assault. And the second you start visiting with viewers one-on-one or sharing phone numbers or getting into these intense DM conversations, people can start accusing you of things. And that shit can bring you downhill real quick because those allegations are not quickly forgotten. And that's my biggest concern as a streamer. That, and this is silly, this is a concern, this isn't a personal safety thing, but every time someone's like, I'm just driving home right now, I'm like, put your fucking phone away.
Right.
Because I swear to you, the second I find out that one of my viewers, any of them, whether you die hard from day one or you just showed up, crashed their car watching my stream, I'm done. I can't stream anymore. That shit scares the fuck out of me. But as far as personal safety, I'm much more concerned about kind of what Rams was saying before about people using my identity to post things. Not so much to post things, but more so to falsify my identity as something it isn't. There's a thing I'm going through right now with another community who's blaming me for something that's clearly untrue. And I'm having to deal with that now. It's very easy to falsify information, and you're just battling the court of public opinion. And it's that's my biggest fear as a streamer in terms of safety. Not so much that someone's going to show up at my door, though I do often advertise myself as being very approachable. I guess my hope is anyone who feels the urge to get on a plane and fly to Western New York, which is all I really ever say about where I live, and just go from city to city hoping I roll up.
That's not true, though. So I've learned this in my line of work about giving personal information, where you do it accidentally sometimes just by trying to make a connection with someone. Your chat knows this. I'm not giving personal information.
Oh, yeah, no, I know.
You live next to a college. You live next to a smaller college. You live next to a smaller college that has a soccer team. You live next to a smaller college that has a soccer team that one of your viewers has and advertises the name of that college in their screen name.
Tennis, not soccer, but yes.
Whatever.
I was like, fucking what?
Sorry, tennis. One of those sports that's not football or baseball.
Yeah. So soccer is football. Sorry.
It is football.
Shut the fuck up. But you know what I mean? Like,
no, so I understand this.
When someone, and that's kind of how the person from the stream found out this guy's address. You can find.
Absolutely.
They know your first name. Yeah. It's not too hard to put all the pieces together if the person's willing to.
Oh, absolutely. I don't disagree. But I'm saying what I'm getting at isn't that wouldn't happen, but by being approachable, that people would feel comfortable enough to DM me and be like, hey, so this terrible thing just happened to me. I'm not comfortable where I am. Can I come to where you are and stay with you? And like actually come to me first rather than fly to me from Singapore. I'd like to think that I advertise myself as being approachable in that. I mean, come on. I don't know anybody that's as active on Snapchat, Instagram, Discord, Twitter. Like, I'm on everything all the fucking time. And I advertise myself as being approachable. Someone made the joke, oh, just be his friend, please. He needs friends. But the truth of the matter is that I want that viewership to feel as though they can communicate with me when they want to or when they need to. I'm not a therapist. I'm not going to pretend to be. I will more likely offer you a phone number to someone that can help you if that's what you're looking for. But if you're just like, you know, having a rough day, man, what's going on with you, kind of like shooting the shit, I want people to know that I'm approachable in that way. And I might not be able to talk, but you can always get a hold of me in one way or another. My Twitter DMs aren't open because haters gonna hate, but Discord's always open, you know? It's a little bit more difficult to get in there. So
Discord was actually mentioned in the article.
I'm gonna sit here in silence and wait for them to argue.
I'm like, Ram's gonna finish because I know she's gonna keep talking.
No, I have a whole another segment, so finish that sentence.
All right. No, so I totally agree with you there, Blue. Where I do try to keep myself I try to come across as you can talk to me. I'm a chill as fuck guy. Let's be real. I don't really I'll talk about just about anything. Let's be honest. So sure, talk about your life. No, I'm not someone who's necessarily had a whole shit ton of life experience. I'm fucking 22, and I avoid people, and I've had my experiences in life, which they're not amazing, but I know some things, and I'll help you as best as I can. But at the same time, I'll point you to the direction as something else. I have some people with foot problems and shit, and I've been talking to them about it, and they let you talk to chat about it and stuff, and I know there are going to be issues with that, and so I totally agree with Blue of just stay as an open source of if someone does absolutely need to leave Singapore because they have mandatory military time, life's just shitting on them and all that,
Yeah, no, I
message me for most people will probably understand that you can message me.
So that goes right into my next concern.
One last little thing can I add? Just one last little thing, because I realized when you were saying your chat can put pieces together and everything. I mean, I fucking vlog, and I just put a new vlog out. It was probably 2-3 weeks ago now, and I'm working on other ones, but now with all this Destiny stuff, I'm like, maybe I just hold off on this garbage that I've been filming that's man, my life is boring, and just do the cool shit. But I have a viewer who lives literally 2 blocks over. I've never met the guy, but I know him. He knows me. We got plans to meet up because it's you live that close. We might as well get to know each other. But he, in chat, was like, man, those vlogs are cool because I recognize those places. People could follow those places roughly back to where I live. So it's definitely there, but I just don't see anyone kicking down my door. I want people to think they can approach me.
The other thing that's actually funny is
the likelihood of having that person.
Yeah, I actually
the likelihood of having that person in your chat though is smaller compared to people that have 3,000 people.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's all.
No, absolutely.
The other thing is actually there's a house near my place that actually has the exact same address as me. It's fucking weird. It's a different
city. How do these
city.
Things just happen to you?
Yeah, it's a different city, but it has the exact same address. Besides the city, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What's the address again?
Yeah, right.
Oh, let me. Do you need my do you need my social security and mother's maiden name?
So on that same thing is how approachable and contactable. That's the weird word, but you'll get it in a second. Streamers are compared to other entertainers. So, in the article, it does mention streamers as celebrities in our Twitch world, which isn't all gamers, but it's a very big community. Streamers are celebrities, and compared to other celebrities, quote unquote, in our world, I can Discord. Discord being one of the biggest things, where right now I'm in lots of Discords and I can at all these streamers that normally in their chats I might be a little bit invisible, but on Discord they see it. I know they get a ping, and I know that they see it. And in the wrong hands, that's really creepy. But outside of Discord, there's the chat. You as a streamer feel obligated. Not all streamers, but most feel obligated to respond to their chat and interact with them. And DMs and whispers and hey, can I send you this thing? Like, that happens to you all the time, as opposed to other celebrities, which maybe it's just that movie stars have been around so long and streamers haven't, but the thought of like, I'm gonna just go tweet at my favorite artist, musician, that doesn't cross my mind, but I want to go tweet at my favorite streamer does, because I feel that they are more approachable. It's weird.
And as streamers grow and those relationships separate, I think there's something that happens in that area where it's like, we were close, we were friends, now it's harder, and I think a longing kind of forms for what was, and I think that's where some of the bigger streamers have more issues than the smaller streamers in that respect, because I know, listen, by no means am I a big streamer, but I know that I'm in the tiers are so massive on Twitch. There is probably 10,000 to 30,000 streamers in the same boat that I'm in, and then there's 10,000 to 30,000 streamers who are just over 10 viewers on average, or maybe there's 100,000 in that one, but like, the tiers are massive. It's not an easy ladder to climb, and by no means am I saying that I'm bigger than anyone else. I'm a very much so a small growing streamer, but when I went from streaming for 6 people a day to very rapidly, through an event that I did in 2016, streaming to anywhere between 16 to 60. There was a short period in the beginning of 2016 where I averaged between 45 and 60 for a while. Those people that used to come in every single day and were diehards, and they still pop into chat every now and then, they literally would come in and be like, "You changed, man." I'm like, dude, it's been like 3 weeks. Like, it was overnight that it grew, and these people were just like devastated that one of them ended up being banned from the channel for like 2 months, and we finally worked it out, and he came back, and he still pops in once in a while, but like, those people were just like, "No, I can't handle this. You're a totally different person." It's like, me and you aren't hanging out one-on-one anymore. There's 30 people here. I gotta manage a bunch of people. It's not that I've changed, it's that the scenario has changed, and I think that situational change, that change to people's surroundings, causes these emotional responses. Not in everybody, but in some people, and that's where you get the people that require more attention to keep them around. And as a streamer, we might think you're a great person and want the best for you, but it's not healthy for us to keep you around. And it's tough. It's really tough to say that, to say, you're making life more difficult for me. As much as I want to keep you around because you've been a long time viewer, you're making my life more difficult now because you want something that's just not going to happen. And I actually have a viewer that only comes in when I'm like 3 hours into a stream and I've only had 6 viewers. Like, and they're like, "Hey, there we go. That's what I was looking for." And I don't understand it, but it's just kind of the way it goes. And I think that those changes of environment really affect some people, and I think that in some very rare cases can cause very real negative responses that cause these kinds of reactions, like the young man from Singapore. I want more attention. I don't like where I'm at. Let me go and get that attention from somebody that I think that I can trust, or not think, they know they can trust the person. Whether they can or not is immaterial. In their head, they can.
Yeah.
So
no, I will point out, we are a little like slightly ragging on this guy from Singapore, but this dude was in kind of a rough spot in terms of stress in life.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah. That guy had a lot of shit going on. But that does not mean that what he did was the right choice. It was not. It wasn't
necessarily the right response.
But so those types of reactions do happen in a lot of. There are trolls that come in and say, "I'm going to kill myself." Like, yeah, you're a troll. I get that.
I ignore that.
But there are legit community members that have come into people's chats and say, "I can't do this anymore. I'm having a rough time." That's their reach for help because this is their only community. So there are real problems that get brought up
Absolutely.
to the wrong people. People that aren't the right people, meaning they can't help you. They can only sympathize, empathize, and know you for the community member that you are. But that's as far as their outreach can go. They're not going to be able to solve problems or counsel or anything like that. But because Twitch is such an important part of people's lives, in a lot of ways, too much, to some extent, that sort of outreach does happen, and it's very real, and it's really scary that they don't have another outlet to express those feelings.
Or they don't have an outlet that they are immediately aware of. A lot of times I think that people don't understand who they can go to. So it's not so much that they don't have it. I never try to pretend I understand every scenario, because I don't in any way, shape, or form, especially over the internet when it's somebody that I don't know at all. But I think in a lot of cases, growing up is rough on everyone, and some people just aren't sure what the right response is. And one of the things that I think draws a lot of people to Twitch is the fact that they can be themselves while still wearing the mask that is a gamer tag or a Twitch tag. I don't know what the hell they're called. Screen name, and be whoever they want to be versus who they think they are. I think that growing up that way is a little rough, and that you lose some of the social skills, but at the same time, Twitch probably aids in that. It's just you lose that face-to-face ability. But it's very difficult to handle those situations as a streamer, and it's very easy to tell when someone's fucking around and they're just being a dick. But when you get those people that are really having problems, it's a struggle, because there's 2 or 3 viewers that I know that are those not regular viewers, the kind of ones that come in once or twice a month, and they usually open up with, hey, this terrible thing happened to me. And my response, and I know this is probably wrong, but if you're not going to actively try to become a part of my community, I don't know how to respond to it. I go, that sucks, and that is where I leave it. Because I have people who come in, it's usually things like, so my dog died today. And I'm like, usually we open with, hello, sorry to hear that. And I leave it. Like,
so, even so, those viewers that don't come in very often, that's your response. Get it. There's also regulars that will do this, and as a streamer, it's gonna be extremely difficult to be like, I'm here doing my thing, trying to stay positive. This is hard. I'm balancing a lot of stuff right now. I have to entertain a group of people, and we got you right now.
Yep.
Taking the spotlight. Taking the conversation in a different direction than gaming and fun and community. And do you choose to focus on that negative thing and totally change the direction of your stream and potentially lose people that are there for entertainment because that's what you do? Or do you just say, that sucks, sorry bro, and you continue to entertain the however many other people that are there to be entertained? Like, that's gotta happen.
I usually, the way I take it is things like that, where it's like, someone comes in to actually have serious problems. I generally, I like to keep my stream, again, I'm a chill serious, so I try to keep my stream chill and, having fun or whatever. So I do kind of, most people probably see as, oh wow, you're an asshole. But I kind of push that stuff to the side, like, message me after the stream, or you can talk to mods and whisper to someone, but I do try to keep that out of chat, because it does kill the mood very easily, and it can help and hurt the streams in different ways depending on how people respond to it. So I just kind of try not to touch it. It's a little volatile in certain situations as well, where if you talk on a subject, other people will be like, whoa, why did you do this and that? And then it's just...
nobody in Twitch... The only time I've ever, comfortably handed off a viewer was someone I knew, and they whispered me privately and said, hey, I work in, guidance counseling or something. I don't know what this person's deal is, but if you'd like, I can take it from here. And I was like, if you genuinely believe that this is the right choice, I'm certainly not set up to take care of this. Oh my gosh. Bergzilla, thanks so much for that follow. I do not know how to say that name. Thurgzilla. But thank you. But it's the other thing too is and this is something that it's very difficult. I'm not trying to complain as a streamer at all. I love streaming. If I didn't, I wouldn't do it. Let me open with that. But this is also one of the most stressful, both physically and emotionally challenging things I've ever done with my life. And sometimes at the end of my stream, like you said, we'll talk later or whatever, I tried that once or twice with people, and afterwards they wanted these 12 minute, 30 minute, hour long, like these sessions where they wanted to shrink, and it was like, I can't. Not only do I not have the time, not only do I need to take care of my own self physically and emotionally right now, but like I have to like really decompress and think about what happened, because every single day I say something fucking stupid. Every single day I piss somebody off or I make a new friend, and I have to learn how to balance all these things, because tomorrow I have to wake up, go to work for 9 hours, and come back and do it again. And in the middle of that, tossing in somebody whose grandma just died, and I feel so bad about that. I'm not the right person to talk to. As much as I want to be, as much as I wish that I was a robot, I don't really have I don't really have that luxury, and so it's just one of those things that it can really wear on streamers, and I would love for more viewers to think about it from that perspective. A lot of people think we just play video games and then go drink beers and eat donuts and go to bed. Like, I don't really know, but that's not always.
Strange diet.
I know it's a really bizarre way to go about it, but it can be a lot more heavy and dense than that.
That's sort of. I'm going to jump one of the subtopics that I suggested and go to another one, which is. And this kind of falls in line with it, where most streamers on Twitch do try to build that community. Like that's why they're on Twitch, not just YouTube. They want that community built. They want to interact with that community, and a part of that is being the personality and acting in that way that you do build those false friendships. And I hate to say false friendships, because the reality is that it's not true. My experience as a mom, where I'm in a chat every single day and people say hi to me, and oh hey, how's it going, and how's fun, and how's they know the bits of my life that I do reveal. We are Twitch friends, which is totally not friends, and that is like
it's like the hardest thing to tell anyone.
It's very hard to admit to myself, even, who wants friends and wants friends and wishes that everyone was a friend's friend. But the reality is they're Twitch friends, and that is different.
This is gonna hurt the conversation a little bit, and I want everyone in the chat to understand that there is fine lines and gray areas. There is the potential for Twitch friends to become friends. I'm not going to Guardian Con because I love Destiny. I'm going to Guardian Con because a lot of my Twitch friends who have become friends are going to be there. But at the same time, I'm also going to navigate a buttload of Twitch friends, that there are a bunch of them that demand my attention. It sounds goofy saying it, but there's a lot of people on Twitch that are like, so what day are you doing what? And I'm like, bro, this was like 5 months out. What are you talking about? What day am I? I'm going to go there, and I'm going to start drinking beers when I show up, and if people walk in, I'm going to go do stuff. Like, whatever, I don't know. It was so far out. But there is that potential for real friendships to happen, but it takes years, and like once I start playing with people offline, and I get to know them and they get to know me offline, that friendship grows a little tighter, then like phone numbers get exchanged and stuff like that. It's a little different. Nudes are sent, and I end up on those revenge porn sites, but it's worth it for the friends. No, I'm kidding. But
kind of kidding.
So revenge porn is what gets Hoop, apparently.
The fact that revenge porn is your friendship goal.
But the at the end of the day, 99%. Like, think about it. I'm under 100 followers away from 5,000 followers, and I have like a dozen friends from that. Like, think about that. That's like the percentage. It's like half of a percent, which would be 1/4%, but fuck math. There's like such a tiny, minuscule number of people that have been around my life for long enough for me to trust them, not just as people on the internet, but as real friends. And so think about it from the streamer perspective. If you're in a stream where you're like, I'm in love with this person, and you're trying to figure out, are we Twitch friends, or are we friends, or am I just a viewer? Look at their followers, look at their concurrent viewership, look at how much you actually interact with them, and understand that the people that I'm friends with are people that I have personally have spent like tens, hundreds, thousands of hours speaking to, not just in chat, but in Discord, in Skype, playing games offline, and meetups and conventions. Like, it takes so much more than just like, I get this person.
Shadowhack's question of when does a Twitch friend become friends? And I don't think that's the way it works.
Yeah.
I think that is sort of the...
It's like asking, how do I become mod?
No, well, so I think that idea that if I'm friendly enough and if we connect enough, then my Twitch friends become friends. Like it's like a natural progression. Like there's certain points that you hit and then you're friends. I think that's the reason that people like this kid are formed, where they do feel like they hit all those points and now we're friends. Or they said hi to me 10 days in a row. Like, if you were to put a qualitative aspect to that relationship, then that's where things get really creepy and weird. And I think that the answer to your question is personal. So when does Twitch friends becomes friends? Yeah. I think it's not just personal, I think it's subjective, and I think it's one-offs. Like, it depends on who I'm speaking to. There's some people that I've spoken to on Twitch where we've instantly connected. Instantly we have some common ground in our IRL lives. My god, that was hard to say.
Like, you and Continue totally don't have the same fucking cat.
But not just
they actually live in the same house. You didn't know that?
We're
okay.
the same person. No, so
that's a stretch. That's a big stretch. All right.
That was a triggered face, by the way. That was supposed to be my H3H3 triggered face. I don't want people to go on a tangent about me making fun of anybody. I don't know. Anyway.
So I think that whenever you do, make that connection and it becomes friends, it's not because you've hit a series of events that got you there. I think that becoming friends, just like in real life, it happens, and it happens naturally, and it happens from both sides. And just like in real life, and this never happened to me, where you've developed a crush on someone and you feel like they did feel it too, and then you ask them, and then it doesn't happen on their side. That shit happens with friends too, where you feel like, hey, we're cool friends, you want to go have a drink? Nah, man. Like, that happens in real life too. It's just different on Twitch, where you catch friends feels at different times.
I think it's important to note, here's a connection I'll make. In real life, I've always had groups of friends, and eventually I'll send to the group chat or whatever it is to my group of friends, hey, what the hell are we doing this Friday night? I don't feel like sitting inside. And everyone's like, oh, I'm with my girlfriend. Oh, my grandma had a hysterectomy. Everyone's got excuses in there. My grandma, isn't that getting your uterus removed? Why did someone's grandma get that in my, never mind. And then there's that one person who didn't respond, who I never hung out with outside of this group. And I go, hey, Ricky, I don't even think I know a Ricky. Hey, Ricky, did you want to go grab a drink or something? And Ricky was like, nah, man. And that's the end of it. Like, no excuse or no, I'm busy. Nothing, just nah, man. And I go, oh, okay, so we're group friends. And that, like, A, that's okay. And B, it happens in real life. And so, but what's different on Twitch is you spend a lot of time talking to these people, but you almost never talk to them one-on-one for extended periods of time.
You don't get the feedback. You don't get that no. You only get the positive experiences because that's how you're interacting.
But even with the chat, if you're a viewer talking to other viewers, very rarely do viewers just go into DMs and just be like, no, it's just our chat. Let's chat in here and just be friends. And that's when, if you're like DMing with people and they're responding as much as you're responding, and you're watching a stream, I've done it before, where I'm watching a stream but I hate the chat and I'm just like, hey, let's watch this stream somewhere that's less annoying. That's kind of beginning maybe friends. Like, that's just an example. I could be way off. None of these are rules. None of these are rules.
Yeah,
you might have found somebody who is like really hard into the LSD and is just like, I love everyone, man. And the next day they're like, what the fuck? We talked? Like, I'm just making I'm saying you'd never know because the internet is so vague. You never know. And so I know Shadowhack is kind of asking, like, more specifically, tell me about these gray areas. You can't. You just gotta feel it out. Everyone has a different
gray area.
You never know when someone's gonna be like, hey, we're friends now, right? Like, I don't think I've ever turned to somebody and said, we're friends, right? Like, if they're on my couch, I know that they're probably my friend. If they agree to be on a podcast with me for like 26 weeks or something, they're probably my friend.
I usually go down to the dungeon and ask that. Are you friends yet?
Yes, please. I don't believe you.
Come on, a little more envy, a little more love in it, please. We're friends. We're friends.
Oh, you're so uninspired.
I did want to jump back, because I didn't really want to skip this question because I think it's important. And this will expand beyond the article itself, beyond the stalking article, about your opinions about other people. I mean, you don't have to, not specifically, but
specific people. It's a roast. It's getting gnarly. Right here on the Riot Set. Nope, this isn't the Riot Session. This is the Weekly Apologies Project. This is the second time.
Leave and we'll get Shadowhack in here. We'll just
see. Remember the time I tried to get everyone to do a riot raid after this?
So the opinions and chatter and opinions for you guys about people who do take their privacy, their lack of privacy, too far. One example is a love story that I saw on Twitter of two people that streamers know just falling in love, and they love each other.
I'll let you tell the story. I can't listen to it again. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm being very general and very, facetious about it, but like, great, I'm glad you found each other. Like, why do we have to hear about every kiss? Like, to me, like...
Oh, I hate that in real life.
In real life, and even on Facebook, it's just like, I don't care that you've been married for 25 years. Why are you showing me this? Like yeah. That's just kind of person I am, and I know that people react differently to that type of thing. But like, when streamers take it their own personal lives, and here's every moment of my kid's life, or here's my significant other, and just getting out of the bathroom. Like, that's like, what do you think about when people take it too far? Is it connecting? Does it matter? Who gives a fuck? Like, what do we got going on there?
Yeah, like, I don't know, that's why I refer to my lady as my lady, and I just leave it at that. It's like, yeah, your lady did something. Because I hate hearing about people's relationships. I don't give a fuck about your relationship. Like, it's so annoying. Like, yeah, we went out to, like, we went to dinner and a date. Oh, it was great. We made out in the back seat of the car. Like, I don't care what you do. Go live your life. I don't need to hear about it. You go date who you want to date.
Even beyond significant others, even like a single guy, like a single streamer, talking about everyday life, and this is all the things that happened at work, and this is the things about the grocery store, and that sort of really intimate.
Yeah. I used to know a streamer who I kind of cut off from my stream life. I don't know if anyone in my community remembers. I'm not going to mention by name, but he used to kind of stream all day. He would, like, when he would go into super, he would just stand up. Like, he lived in a little mobile home, like, trailer. He would, like, stand up, go cook beans in the oven, like, directly behind his cast. Like, you see his bed, and, like, I don't want to see that in a stream, I don't feel like.
But some people don't have that. Like, okay, if some people just have their setups in their bedrooms. I know a couple of people that do.
No, it's not that. It's that, like, he wouldn't stop. Like, he would stream 20 hours a day, and half the stream would be him sitting there just, like, eating beans.
Oh, yep. That's just too much.
Yeah. I don't want to see that. Or, like, he would go outside and be like, I'm gonna go piss outside real quick. Like, okay, thanks for letting me know. Why? What?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming this person wasn't wildly successful.
I haven't been back in their stream in forever.
So probably not. Most people that I've been connected with over the last year and a half, when they become wildly successful, I either hear about it or I see it or whatever. And people like that, it's just it's that really painful thing that people don't want to hear. It's that survival of the fittest on Twitch. It's really mean. Absolutely. It's really difficult to say, but it's the truth. But as for for sharing too much, I'm in a weird spot with that because I do the vlogging stuff. I share a lot, but there's also I leave a big chunk of stuff out that's not important. For instance, how much Rams you have a pretty decent encyclopedia in the world of Blue Ranger. How many people do you think I've dated since I started streaming?
2.
4. And the vlog?
2 since I've known you.
Fair enough.
Well, you're gonna do that many flashlights, huh?
You know it.
Right.
No, the vlog actually started during a breakup. Not a fucking word about it. It was actually a coping mechanism, and it helped, and it was great, and I learned that I enjoy this, and then the weather changed, and it was like, I can't do shit! But... there's things that I don't necessarily share about my stream life or my real life because it's not important. And I think that especially when it comes to relationships, if you go into it and say, I got a new girlfriend, we went out, it was great, we're gonna be together forever, and 2 weeks later you find out that it was just a more casual thing and they're just not interested anymore. Now you gotta tell everyone what the hell happened to Carol. Made She's that name up for the record. That's Hoop's response to everything.
Not a real name.
What, Carol?
You made that up? Like you invented the word Carol?
Oh my God! Shut up! Shut
up. I get money every time she's mentioned.
Every time, literally. You know that sound that goes off when you pick up a coin in Sonic? Every time someone says the name Carol, I hear that.
So to play devil's advocate on my own question.
Advocate?
She's from Texas. It's okay.
There is a value to some people for that type of streamer that overindulges and exposes their own personal life. And it is the community that would also read tabloids and is really into the personal ins and outs of celebrities' lives. They want to know who they're dating and what they ate and what color their socks are that day. That there is value there, and you can totally build a community around that.
My dad's like that. Like my dad, when we were younger, he used to we have a big kitchen window, and so he was just like, yeah, you see what the neighbor's doing? Look at the new kind. Dad, I don't care. I just don't care. Like he'll bring up something. Yeah, did you hear J-Lo got a new cat? I don't give a fuck about J-Lo. What? Why do you look at this?
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I can't have a hard time remembering celebrities' names. I couldn't think of the name.
Oh God, I'm the worst.
I'm there with you 100%. But we are not normal people.
Yeah,
a lot of people are into that.
According to the United States, I'm normal people. Well, I'm a white male that comes from a well-off family.
You pay your taxes.
Pay my taxes, and I'm a normal person, right? If I've learned anything from anything,
you're a white tax-paying American. Yep.
And normality in this sense, I mean, normal is relative, but normality in this sense is
are Rams and Hoops
bonding
on stream? I mean, no, I wouldn't share my food with Rams, so we're not bonding.
Yeah, I don't bond with Hoops. I'm not a robot. The normality in this sense is what the average person sees. Maybe not even feels. I think a lot of people would feel the way we feel, but they also view normality as the way that we're describing, which is fucked up in some way. But anyway, don't want to get off on that.
I love graham crackers and money.
That's a really good line. Now that I think about it, I was really confused by what was going on in chat, and I said, "What's going on?" And apparently, Flesh said, "Blue, I love you. Take my graham crackers." And so Stormcaller said, "I love you, Blue. Take my money." And so my response was, "I love graham crackers and money."
But honestly, in the topic of Twitch friends, Flashman, honestly, I consider Flashman a solid friend.
And that's how I know I can't trust you.
It's one of the most
He's catching. Blue's a friend already. He knows.
I really want to put Fleshman and T-Funk in the same place for more, like, by themselves with nobody else, and just see what happens. They're either going to solve world hunger or the world is going to implode. Like, those two things are the only options.
It's going to burn to the fucking ground. No, but like for me, Twitch friends are. It's really become like. I'm not someone who socializes with people, and so I'm always really skeptical on who I get close to and who I try to get to know and who I let in. Even my friends, I don't let into my personal life very often. And on Twitch, it's even harder. Like, I don't know, like I can't register what this person's trying to say, how they're coming across with certain things. So I'm way more careful on it. And when I do take time to sit down and play games, like Fleshman's a great example of someone I've taken time. He's been in my stream. I think he's logged 3,000 hours in my stream. That is him being here like almost 8 hours every day last year, and he's a crazy ass motherfucker. But like that's kind of what it takes. It's a great example of how long it takes to become a friend, not just a person who views my stream and I enjoy your company. Like, that is friendship at that point. I can almost say that, yeah, if Flesh showed up at my door, I could probably let him in, we'd hang out, and I wouldn't give a fuck. But
that's a lot of hours.
That's a lot. I know.
But to also go back to to reference the article which kind of sparked this. These are streamers that do have upwards of 2,000, 3,000 plus, up to 30,000.
Yeah, that's the thing. As a small streamer, we get the bonus of we can connect on a more personal basis to more people. But as we grow, as we get larger, that does become much harder. As Blue said, it becomes much harder to sit down with one person and be like, yes, let's hang out, let's talk, just me and you, and not be bothered by anything else. That's not possible when you're a large streamer because you have 100 people messaging you, trying to get in touch with you, trying to want to play games with you.
Streamers who want to work with you, mooch off you, all that
Those
stuff.
as well. That's another thing is you need to, especially on Twitch, you need to be careful on who's wants to actually be your friend and who's using you. None of my actual mods.
That could be an entire other podcast, by the way. Streamer to streamer interaction. Holy crap!
No. So what's really weird is this, and not the same. Sorry, that's a weird way of putting it. But the same dynamic happens with modding, where people that do that mod push in their own interactions with the streamer, that you can tell, like, okay, I get it. Like, you're trying to mod. Like, that's do your thing, whatever. Makes me have to work less. But they're not going to do it. They're never going to be mod. Like, you just know. They will try to friend you and try to interact with you in that way, and it's a little bit odd. We're just like, hey buddy, good morning, how's it going? It's like, you're just a viewer, I don't know you, why are you being like this? And of course you're not going to say that because you'll just be like, hi, how's it going, emote. But that happens on this love whatever, but that happens.
Sounds like you're calling the person emote.
No, you know what I mean, that's what you type. where they do try to put themselves in your space,
and then there's
for their own benefits.
Then there's those, if we want to get like really meta into this, there's the mod on mod interactions, which is in this in channel A, mod 1 and mod 2 are both mods, but in channel B, mod 1 is a mod and mod 2 is not. In channel C, mod 1 is not a mod and mod 2 is a mod. And you'll find that some of those mods won't travel to those streams because maybe they are diametrically opposed mods in channel A, and so they'll avoid each other in the other channels, even though if they would just stop butting heads as mods, they could get along in those channels. I've watched it from an outside, and I did mod for a brief period. People modded me, and then they realized that I'm just fucking terrible at it. We all have strengths and weaknesses. I am about as good at modding as I am at modeling swimsuits. It's not my strength, and as much as chat's going to be.
Swimsuit?
See, I knew that was going to come up. People are going to be like, I want to see that.
You do have a fundraising stream coming. Just saying.
Oh God, I'm not putting a bikini.
He can't
on.
stream it as.
Listen, if you guys want to pay for this and TwitchCon, I'll think about it. 4K by the end of Sunday. But no, I just it's one of those things that I think that I think it's one of those things that people don't realize because they come into channels, see mod swords, and just go, oh, this is a thing here. But I actually actively avoid that by saying, hey, mods, if you want to mod when you're here, please do. If you're not going to mod, maybe lurk. But if you're, and if you're not going to come to the stream, you're not going to come to the stream. There's no requirement. I know some chats have, like super active mod chats in Discord and stuff, and it's just like, I mean, I'm trying to, like, set up a commands list. I'm trying to set up a baseline of what we expect and what we don't. Like, today, I'm very hard to mod for. I know this. One of my mods bopped that troll I talked about earlier. And I was like, no, we gotta unban him because I want to talk to this guy. Anyone would have bopped him. Any smart mod would have bopped him. But I turned around and was like, no, wait! And I threw it off and threw a wrench in the spokes. And so I think modding, I don't know why I'm tangenting to that, but mod to mod interaction and mod to viewer interaction, like Rams was saying, is very interesting. It's like watching Planet Earth. It's like in their natural habitat and watching them interact.
Here we see the alpha male pressing his dominance over the rest of the tribe
with their global mod hammer.
Here we see the emote spam coming in. The mod is destroying them. The emotes are disappearing left and right.
Miss pop. There's a miss pop. Someone got bopped the shit out.
That it's going all wrong. New mods are coming in.
The troll is running loose. No one can stop them.
It's global. It's been global.
And then you do have those sneaky like snake in the grass bastard mods that really are just, they're in hardcore lurk. They're fully attentive. They're watching the stream. Right. They're active. And then someone just comes in and goes like, I poop sideways. And we go, what? And it's like, I hate your face. And the mod just comes out and goes, Bob, get the fuck out of here. And you're like, whoa, didn't even know you were here. Like, and so
he's been painted purple to make him sneakier.
So my favorite are new mods, and this, I know we're not talking about modding, that we were talking about the stalking thing, but just over here, my favorite thing to do as a mod is to pick on new mods. I know it's like a hazing thing, but yeah. They have a lot of questions.
This is why we can't have nice things, Rams.
No one teaches you how to mod. Some people have this natural thing that gets them there, where they are attentive, they are conversational, they're approachable, they're helpful, or whatever. Like Hoop, I assume that you want people that like to strangle people as your mods, like whatever the streamer is looking for, they have it. And so you get a new mod, here's your sword, and that new mod will ask a lot of questions and things. I love throwing them off. I love just trying to like, oh yeah, totally, this is the way we do things here.
Everyone that comes in with a yellow name, get them the fuck out of there. Like,
and when they do it and they get yelled at by the streamer, they're just like, you told me to do this. It's like, don't listen to me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Trust your fucking instincts.
Oh man, like, that's funny.
See, that couldn't happen in my stream, because first of all, anyone who becomes a mod has been there for a while and they know how things function. And secondly, like, everyone knows my mods are assholes.
My favorite thing about this stream is that I'm trying to make a point, I was trying to make a point earlier that not everyone is modded, but all of my mods have decided this is the podcast they want to be here for. I'm not opposed to it, but it's like these chunks of mod walls, and I'm just like, well, like, so, yeah. But anyway, back to stalking. Never thought I'd say that. Never thought I'd say that. Where do we leave off with that?
Well, so we were talking about privacy and stuff like that. Another thing that I didn't mention in our subtopics that I kind of wanted to touch on was the I don't know how to put this without sounding myself, but you do start to develop that friendship feels. Most people, I feel like, do. And that's part of why you stay in a stream and stay in a community, where not in I say friendship feels, but some people feel like they love this person.
Yeah.
And I feel like it happens to a lot of people, but most people don't have the instability in their life or the drive to actually act upon things like that. Am I wrong in saying that, like, look, I don't know an example without sounding creepy? It's a very creepy thing to say, where you find a community that you love. You're in this chat for a couple of hours, and the streamer is just nailing it. And you do have that connection of, like, this guy gets me. This gets me. And you never stop to think, this is a show. I'm being entertained. This is not real. And there is a bug on my microphone.
So, as a streamer, I do want to kind of come around.
Is that a stink bug?
It's a wood bug.
I think those are stink bugs, aren't they?
They're wood bugs. They look like stink bugs, but they don't stink.
Oh, nice.
That is like 3 inches from my face. I'm gonna take care of that real quick.
Nice.
I need it.
But yeah, like, as a streamer, I will say the concept that it's not real seems way too harsh, and like, it's real to a point. Like, saying it's not real is like, we're never gonna connect.
Yeah, we're actually robots. That there's no way that we could ever be friends with. It's not like that. It's we know that it's a show. We want you to know that it's a show, but we want you to feel connected with the show on a personal level without without crossing that boundary. How do I put this? It's very important to understand that it's such a hard thing to bridge. I care about you as viewers, not just because you're a metric, but because I enjoy our conversations. I enjoy the things that we share. I enjoy hearing your stories the way you enjoy hearing my stories. I like that we have those relationships. But I like, straight up, I am not on Twitch to make friends, and I'm not on Twitch to find lovers. If those things happen, fine. Like, I am not turning away, I'm not shying away, and I'm not saying anyone who finds those things on Twitch is wrong. But my intention as a streamer is never to go out there and meet people in that way. One of the things I love about Twitch is learning about different parts of the world, understanding different cultures, understanding different walks of life. I love that stuff. But just because I'm interested in, like, oh, you're from Denmark, there's this thing in like, someone was telling me in the UK there's was it a waffle day or something? There's some, like, and it's like a big fucking deal. And someone came into my stream and was like, yo, happy waffle day. And I'm like, you too, I like pancakes. Actually, like waffles, but I don't remember how the conversation went. And they were like, no, it's actually waffle day. And I'm like, what the fuck is waffle day? And I looked it up and I'm like, oh my god, it's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
And like, people like really celebrate waffle day and stuff. I'm like, and that's cool shit to me. Like, I love that. But just because I'm interested in your life and what you do as a person, because that's the culture you're in, that society you're in, does not mean that I'm that we have like a really tight, close personal connection. It's really hard to, like.
A good reference, honestly, is a student-teacher relationship. The teacher's there to help you, to get you through parts of life, to teach you things. But as close as you may want to get, you are still student-teacher. The friendship generally will not go much further than that. You're supposed to move on with your life after that, and it's definitely, I don't know, it is honestly a hard topic to really press into, but I think probably the best comparison would be a student-teacher relationship.
So both of you have said that, like, this is weird to talk about, and it's because you know that people are going to view that as a negative, when in fact it's reality.
It's just, it's really hard to express that.
Where you feel like it's going to be a detriment to your streamer personality and your stream, and hey, we're not friends. I'm entertaining you. Well, I'm trying to entertain.
But that's where it's this super weird area where it's like, we're not friends, but I do care about you, and not just as a metric. Like, like when people, like, let's say Thomas stopped showing up to the stream for like 2 months. I'd kind of
did for a bit because of his work.
He did, but we were aware. I'm saying when people disappear, and like we've had people disappear from chat, you know, on and off the entire time I've been streaming, but a lot of them actually stay active on Twitter with me or in the Discord or all sorts. Like they might not watch the stream anymore, but they're still interested in the people, and I'm okay with that. That's cool, awesome, sweet. Every time I do the Destiny Reset podcast, we see a bump in Derp Fam viewers. And then a week later, when the next Destiny Reset podcast comes out and I'm not on it, they kind of dwindle. But they still tag me and stuff in their Discord. They pop into my Discord. They tweet at me and stuff like that. They stay active outside of the actual stream. But it's tough to just say we're not friends, because I don't even know that that's fully an accurate statement. It's just, it's almost like work friends, but not even, it is, because like, it's, how do you put it?
Like, honestly, so I compare it to, it is kind of like work friends, or like people you'd sit down like in like high school to have lunch with, just because you
friendly.
You're friendly.
Yeah,
like, you're gonna sit down like
it.
It's, you're gonna sit down, you're gonna have lunch with this person. You're not gonna hang out like after, but you know, it's, you're both there. You know, you're both gonna enjoy the company, and then you're gonna get up and you're gonna walk away.
Yep.
You know, if something comes from that lunchtime friendship, cool, that's fantastic, but it's not very common, you know?
Yeah. Nope, I totally agree. And that friendly versus friendship, I think, is very important to know. And it's a very weird thing to say, because, like I said, I care about these viewers. I don't disagree with the fact that there's definitely a friendship there, but it's just not standard. And I think maybe one of the reasons that we're struggling to explain it is because it's such a new thing. You might sit there and be like, man, this would be a really weird thing to actually feel, but me and Zach Braff from Scrubs, we'd really hit it off if we were able to go out for a beer together. But that's not even a real person. And in a lot of places on stream, and I think actually in most places on Twitch, that is, or streams in general, what you're seeing, and they mentioned it in the article, is not the actual representation of that person. The first thing I said after reading that in Discord or on Twitter or something was, I'm not nearly as entertaining off cast, because I'm like a fat dude who's like, I'm gonna go watch Game of Thrones and eat Chinese food now. Like, okay, so what else are you doing? I'm like, well, after that, I'm probably gonna take a nap, and eventually I'm gonna smell so bad I have to take a shower. Do you really want to know more about my day? Like, I could tell you, but, and then when I do cooler stuff, I vlog it, but like, it's a new kind of friendship that's like, hey, I want to spend time with you, but I don't necessarily want to take you home with me. I don't know how else to word that.
It's like going to a bar just to find someone to drink with.
Kinda. Like, but that sounds a little depressing.
No. Yeah.
I mean,
even in that situation, I mean, maybe this is a female thing, but you do get approached by people that want to have a conversation. It's just like, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to have a drink. Like, and that's kind of, at least in the mod side of things, how I'm modding. Like, I'm here to mod. I'm here to build community. I'm not here to be your friend. And it's such a negative thing to say, but it's such a real thing. And I think that's sort of the problem. One thing I wanted to kind of talk about as well is, in this article that we've been discussing, the streamer didn't call the cops. He didn't say, get the fuck out of here, you're creeping me out. He did make him go away. What?
I'm holding it up because it looks ridiculous on stream.
He did tell him to go away, but the dude came to his yard and shit. Like, where, you know, other streamers spoke up and said, you know, when this happens, I do call the cops, or I press charges, or this is my stance on privacy, which is very extreme, or whatever. This particular streamer didn't. And I feel like streamers may feel obligated to not say no in situations that they absolutely should say no, such as the person coming in to hijack the chat with their negative story about how their grandma died. I don't think that streamers should feel bad when they just say, that sucks, dude. All right, let's go shoot some mans. Like, the purpose of their stream is to stream and to play the games and to be entertaining. And it's hard for some people to say, I'm not going to engage with that. This is wrong. Let's go back to what's right. Are you roboting? What are you roboting for?
Just me being like, yeah, I totally said, but I'm honestly like, when I guess especially when I'm playing a game like I'm really into, it's like, all right, your grandma died. That's unfortunate. Moving on. I will honestly, it's honestly how I will be.
But you see that happening with other streamers where they can't just robot it and be like,
yeah, I totally I understand, but that's why robot is like, hoops robot, no emotions.
I'll assume that this is that whole conversation each time you do it. I mean, Blue, you've seen it. I know you have, where some people will engage with that conversation and be like, tell me all about your grandma. And that's their prerogative, and that is part of that building that friendship that isn't really a friendship. They're trying to connect, they're trying to empathize and sympathize. This happens in everyday life, with customer service, for example. They're taught to empathize and sympathize with their situation. When you call to complain of that your package was 1 day late, they don't give a shit. They have no shits about what happened to your life and how.
Don't break my immersion, Rams. Real life is real.
I'm dating a telemarketer? What the fuck?
She will tell you. She gives no absolute shits about what the actual problem is, but she's trained to interact to make the person feel like she gives a shit.
Hi, how may I help you? Oh, your package. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry about that.
Let me see what I could do for you.
I understand how frustrating.
Hold on, let me put you on hold.
I'll take care of you.
Of shit, motherfucker.
And that does translate into streaming as well, I believe, where some people do have the training to navigate those situations in a less personal way, so that the person doesn't feel like, we're best friends now. This person gets it.
Fun fact, I actually don't know what my girlfriend does for work.
Never mind. We'll just skip over that. Let's
Ignoring that, no, it's very problematic at times because there's no stopping those people. And if you're a member of my community, if you're a member of the crew, of the break room, whatever you want to call it, and you have something come up and you want to talk about it, I think we've gotten to a good point where people know how to talk about it without just being like, here's my problems. They'll like come in, they'll start conversations a little bit, and after a while, someone will be like, how are you doing? Well, things have been better. Well, what happened? Well, I wrecked my car today. Oh, fuck. And we'll talk to these people because we've built that, it's almost like there's tiers on Twitch. Just like that whole,
if you sub for $10, I'll care about your life.
That's where the danger is.
That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is there's a difference between people who just wander in and the people who've been there for a while, but they all fall under the umbrella of the Twitch friends. However, people who I've never seen their name before who are like, I need a counselor, I'm going to be like, cool, here's a phone number. But then there's...
But even on that level, even with the people that you've seen for 6 months, every other day or every day, to have that sort of repertoire where they do feel comfortable in expressing their day-to-day, negativity or things that happen to them personally, that's where the danger lies. And I say danger in a, in relation to this article that we're talking about. Whereas this person may get a false sense of friendship and false sense of this guy gets it, wherein you may be on the more side of this is the friendly thing to do, where they're like, we're friends, so it's a perception thing, but it's absolutely there, where you're describing it to me as this is the friendly way that my community handles them. That person that's being helped by your community may be viewing it as, these people love me.
But you have to understand, that it's okay to build a social group. Those things exist. And the number of people that are going, by the way, Rams, you have to take off your glasses now. It's just the way that it is. Because we're all taking our glasses off, apparently.
I have big dark circles under my eyes right now because I'm tired of shit.
Oh my god.
I have big dark circles. Oh, wait.
But, anyway, you have to it's the same thing. I was talking about this on my stream as well. If you go into streaming going, I don't know if I want to stream because I don't want people kicking in my door and hurting me or whatever, I feel endangered by that. That's like saying I'm not going to get in a car because I'm afraid I'm going to get into a crash. Saying I'm not going to show friendship to people that have like given me their time and their support and everything. I'm not going to show them a certain level of friendship because I'm afraid that they're going to fall in love with me or whatever. It's like not getting in a car because you're afraid you're going to get into a car crash. My life would be like horrifically different without a car. Like wildly different without a vehicle. And if it was just like I'm super afraid I'm gonna crash, or like, can you imagine if the same thing with planes? I was afraid planes I wouldn't be able to go to LA. I wouldn't be going to Guardian Con. I wouldn't be able to do anything. Like I'd be stuck in whatever I could drive to, and then I wouldn't want to drive either. But you can't live your life that way. In my opinion, you can't live your life that way. At the bare minimum, that's a risk you have to take. You have to take that risk.
Absolutely. You see that with female streamers that. The ones that make it or the ones that can take it. Every single female streamer will get harassed about her sexuality. It's absolutely going to happen no matter what. And whether or not that person chooses to respond in a certain way is how they are going to end up continuing to stream or not. And that certain way, I say it in that way because there are many ways to handle that type of abuse by viewers, and different ways do work for different people. So there are multiple solutions to this problem. So I don't want to say like be a hard ass or don't be a hard ass, because different things work for different people. But the fact that you can emotionally stand whatever stance that you take on that type of sexual abuse via the internet as a female streamer is going to determine whether or not you're going to continue to stream.
Yep. Yep.
And,
very true.
I do want to point out, Shadow Caller, but how like he was raised with his grandpa, and like, he just kind of raised in the you're a man's man, you fucking deal with shit, and that's how I am. I don't know, Blue, if that's how you are, but I wasn't raised by a family who was like that. That's how I ended up turning out. Is shit happens. Life's gonna keep moving on, and sometimes you need to just take the fact that you can't be friends with everyone on Twitch. You can't make everyone happy, and honestly, I don't try to. I try to make the people who want to stick around happy, which is why I am how I am, because there are people who like it, there are people who don't. I don't give a fuck. People like it gonna stay, people like it don't. And the people who love it will become my friends, like Flesh Mad, the little fuckhead. He, like that. I can call Flesh a fuckhead. He doesn't give a shit. He's not gonna cry to his mom or anything. And that's how we built our friendship.
I hear you.
Like Blue's a little shit. He knows I love him, but he's a little shit.
I'm the worst. But
Rams, I hate.
I hate you. That's fine.
And here I am in the middle.
Actually, on top.
Why are you on top? Why am I never on top?
I don't want to answer that question. Because then Spawn comes in and goes, "Dada?" And I go, "No!" So
Daddy? What's this?
Anyway.
She asked, "Is that Dada?" She didn't say that's Dada.
Is that Daddy? Yeah, he went for smokes 2 years ago.
That was just an awkward situation for everyone. 2-year-old son to do that, right?
Really? I mean, it's not awkward for me.
It's not awkward at all. I just think it's hysterical.
The fun fact is, I actually had, I had a mom who walked out on me and my dad, and I don't even live with my biological father either. I can make jokes like that because it doesn't faze me. It's not weird to me. It's part of my life. So
I'm a white male from a well-to-do family that's still together and very loving. So I can't talk about anything because I'm not allowed to have opinions.
Because you're racist.
Yeah. Yep. Because I'm not allowed to have opinions. Anyway, so we have some apologies in the Discord. This is the Weekly Apologies Podcast. This is a great discussion. I'm really glad we had it. I wish we'd started it a little bit earlier in the podcast, but we had a bunch of good ramblings in the beginning, so it was all good. But thank you, everyone, for participating in that conversation. It is a very difficult one to navigate as streamers, as mods, as what we are and what we portray here on Twitch. And for everyone who was here for that discussion we had a good discussion with you guys, I hope you understand that none of it was meant as an attack at any single one of you directly or an attack period. It was just a good discussion, and I hope everyone's okay. If anyone's not okay, then absolutely bring it into the Discord, and I personally will help clear up any and I know earlier I was like, don't do this, I have too much stress on it, but this was a very difficult to navigate conversation.
And it would be awesome if there are follow-up questions or follow-up conversations in Discord. We'd love to talk about them next week. We don't
absolutely. This is a real topic.
We talk about what comes to mind. So if there are things that happen through the week that are relevant to our discussions, post them in Discord, and we'll definitely bring them up.
Yeah, and yeah, we've so far in the what is this, like week 23 or something? It's been way too fucking long. We got to stop doing this. But yeah, this is the last one, guys. Bye.
Bye.
We've had one topic suggestion. It was very good, and we ended up talking about it for a while. It was regarding Game Wisp, and it was very good. If you have topic suggestions, bring it to us in Discord, preferably. I like Discord because it saves the chats. Like I can go and find it and save it and everything. I don't have to make special notes everywhere. But this is the Weekly Apologies Podcast, where we take the time to apologize for the dumb shit that we've done throughout the week. We got a bunch in Discord.
I got Lagnus here.
All right.
This one, I want to apologize for finding out about and informing Hoop's chat about the games Grand Fuck Auto, Call of Booty, and the Incredible Iron Cock. I was interesting to die. It was funny. But
it looks like it's the Invincible Iron Cock.
So yeah, the Invincible Iron Cock.
That's even more terrifying.
Cannot
be contained.
I like that he says beep. Likeness.
Yeah, he beeps it. He beeps it. I memorize the names. I play them now. I also like to apologize for not being able to make smaller bit donations or having to direct some of the guilt. I feel with a bad joke. Oh, okay. Interrupting the streamer with a 50-cent donation will always feel a bit weird to me.
What? Don't do it.
You should throw pennies at their faces because it's hilarious like this. And you should absolutely throw pennies at Blue's faces and say, here's a penny of disrespect. Fuck you. Each time you throw a penny at them because it's hilarious like this.
Yeah, do it to Blue. Don't do it to me. He breaks my alerts. I have to fix him.
You can donate flushes. Can I read flushes?
Yes.
Flesh Mad says, I'm sorry for the crop dusting I did during the weekend. I don't know if the people that got hit deserved it or not, but I'm sorry to the store owners. They appreciate that, Flesh Mad.
I can't remember what crop dusting is.
Really?
You tell him, Blue.
It's when you're it's like a drive-by with your butt.
I remember. Right.
Yep.
For some reason, my brain went to crop circles. Like, that's not correct. What the fuck is crop dusting?
No. It's it's drive-bys with your butt. Scott does know in Discord, who is Scott in chat. I'd like to apologize to my fiance for leaving her at the bank today. I moved the car and she didn't see it. I'm sorry. Why would you do that? Asshole. It's gotta be. It was probably hysterical, but I'm just saying.
See, in that situation, I'd be the guy who sees her walk out and like, where's the car? I'm like, lowered seat.
and then as she gets closer to the car, like when she's one away, you just lay on the horn, make her jump up. Yeah, it'd be great.
Right.
Preppy says, I'm sorry for not helping Blue in the mod channel, but I have no regrets for the 1068 I gave him. Blue's crew helps out each other. literally, this is like the nicest thing anyone's ever done. Preppy took the $10.68 that he scraped together on his stream and threw it at me for this trip. I don't know. I appreciate it. I'm just gonna bring it up again. That's crazy.
Cry?
No, what?
You sound like they're gonna cry.
No, I just don't know what to. I don't know like what else to say on it. It's like
he's not fully integrated
like
into a robot yet.
Yeah, right. It's like it's just a really super nice thing. Then yeah, you got it.
Deej says, I'd like to apologize to Blue for not being as big of a non-Twitch friend as it could have been the past year. Get good. Get good.
Yeah, you're fine, Deej. You're fine. Why does everyone think I'm gonna cry? I literally was in no position. Like when they dropped that, like go watch Siobhan from yesterday. Go watch Siobhan from yesterday. Yesterday I almost cried. Blue. Like legitimate. Like for real. This one wasn't. I just was like, I'm not sure what to say. That's all.
Because out of all of us, Blue, you're the weakest in emotion.
You probably cry the most.
We love you.
Oh my god.
I give you shit because the reason why I give Blue the most shit is honestly because he gets scared by shit, and I love it, and I know that I can make fun of him pretty easy. So Blue,
shit?
Yeah, you play horror games.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I love making fun of you for shit like that, and so I love Blue, but I love giving him shit even more. Eventually, he'll probably stab me.
Stormcaller says, I apologize for farting so... Wow, this is like week 1, 2, 3 apologies. There was a lot of farts in those weeks. Man. I apologize for farting so loudly in Walmart and giving the elderly woman a heart attack because she thought there was gunshots. That's actually impressive. I'm not upset about that.
Diet.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, who's got an apology?
I will apologize to Blue and Blue's crew for not being here as much as I used to be. We had some rearrangements at work, and I have another trainee class this week, which is 2 weeks long, and I'm back at it, so hopefully in 2 weeks I'll be able to do my normally scheduled fun times with you guys, but until then I have to have me time. I'm sorry, guys. We've never had this many trainees in one season, and it's... Did they do the echo part? Really? The echo part?
Worth it! I'm not gonna lie, I stole that from Sir Kaze. He was in his he went into like this raid squeeze is what I was gonna say, screen when we raided him the other day, and he was like, "Welcome to the chat, everyone." Like it was like what? It's like it was just like you couldn't even see his face, and it just came out of nowhere. It cracked me up. So it's called reverb, and it's wet. But Hope, would you like to apologize to me as well? What the fuck is that face?
What the fuck would I apologize to you for? What? Oh, so what is this face then?
I want that gift. I want that gift. I want that gift. I want that to be the alert when Hoop hosts me. Like
that's my flirtatious face, baby. Yeah.
I can tell why nobody believes the girlfriend's real.
Right, like no one believes I'm actually very much a smooth talker when I want to be, but I'm honestly weird more than anything.
I believe that. What are you sorry about?
Do actual smooth talkers call them talkers? Is that a thing? I don't
know.
Talker.
I don't know. But like that's the only thing to reference to when you're talking about it. Otherwise, you're like, I'm a creeper. I talk to ladies. No, but I guess I apologize to the Doom zombies I shot in the nuts last night.
You know what I expected. That's what I expected. I saw you were playing Doom.
They were assholes. Dude, yeah. It's awesome. I level Doom with the Brutality Project. Fucking ripping heads off.
You're not playing Quake?
Pieces. What?
You didn't do Quake Beta?
Oh, I can't stream it.
You can't stream Quake Beta.
Sure, but you can play it. Anyway,
yeah,
sorry.
but I can't stream it.
I didn't. Is it still live? Because I didn't play it.
No, but this weekend is a multiplayer beta that you also can't stream. Yeah.
Yay.
They sent you 4 codes.
Yay.
Right.
holy shit, the gameplay reveal might be in an aircraft hangar. That'd be sweet. Be down. What? For Destiny 2.
Oh.
Beach lives out there, so he's probably on like Google Earth right now. I'm having a hard time talking. I'm sleepy.
Oh yeah, they're not doing it. I was like, Destiny 2, wouldn't that be at like Bungie? So no, they're doing it in LA. That's right.
Yeah. But I'm gonna be honest, this is so dumb. I don't think this has ever happened. I'm drawing a blank. I'm not saying that I'm perfect by any means, but I'm drawing a blank. I feel a little bit this sounds like I'm bragging almost, but I feel bad for taking time off work when I don't have time off to go to the Destiny reveal, but I feel it's braggy more than anything else.
I know
it's pretty shitty. That's kind of a brag.
I know. That's why I was like, that's not really what I want to go with. But I'm coming up kind of short right now. Like I said, I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm sorry for asking for money this week. There we go. I feel real shitty about being like, guys, I got this invite and I don't have the money. And the fact of the matter is I'm trying to avoid being like, Mom, Dad, I want to go play video games with my friends in LA. Can you give me some money? Like, I'm trying to avoid doing that. I'm trying to avoid just like begging people for money, but I'm kind of at a loss. But I mean, shit, the number below me here isn't even representative of it. There's still, I think, $100 that it hasn't been sent over yet. So I mean, $710 in a day, that's almost half. It's pretty massive, and we still got a few days to go, like a week to go or whatever. But
I guess actually I want to do a thank you real quick.
Go for it.
I actually want to thank my chat. Was on the topic of money, I put up a donation goal to get emotes for the stream, and it was just $100, just $100 donation, and almost immediately it was complete.
There you go. So
someone dropped 50s. I think someone dropped like $43, and they just fucking nuked it. And it's also the first time I haven't felt sleazy for being like, guys, can I get the money from you to do? Because I don't know, it feels good getting emotes, and I want to thank my chat for being awesome about that. And yeah,
cute. Chat, you did a good job.
Right? Aren't they awesome?
They're nice.
So cool. So excited! Can't wait to reveal these to you guys. I don't know. But yeah, Blue, welcome to the not being apologetic but shit club.
Yeah,
I apologize to imaginary beans on computer games.
What? Oh yeah,
imaginary
that's true.
Beans? Beans?
That's true.
He said beans.
I want to apologize. I want to apologize to Geth for walking away from his death. Because
I can't deal with that right now.
Oh my god, Sunday's gonna be rough. One of our D&D characters died on Sunday.
We had a player
like instantaneous, like to a trap.
No, just walked into a room and died, and nothing we could do about it.
It wasn't even like the dragon killed him, and we had to avenge him by killing the dragon.
Nope.
It was he walked in, he tripped a trap, failed his save. And it hit him. This was, okay, if you haven't seen the clip, you guys gotta watch it. This is the way the DM, Shadowhack, said it, and we all were expecting something different than what he said. He goes, you take 24 D10s of damage. And it was like, what? And it came up to 140 damage, and he failed 3 saves after that.
And I tried to revive him, but he was pulp. And
actually, you know what's funny is, how much health does he have max? Because if it's double health, he's dead instantly. He doesn't get saves.
He let me try to save him for my character.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that's an instant you're dead. That's you've been.
Yeah, no, he was.
I didn't actually get a chance to save
the only person who could have saved him or could have survived it was my character, and I was behind him. Like I had no part in the role. So, but yeah, so that was rough. Seriously, if you guys have been like, I want to get into the riot sessions, but I'm not sure. This last week's episode had fucking everything. It was like stellar. Like it's not a season finale, but imagine the season finale of a show that you love and makes you excited for the next season. This episode made me excited for the next episode, and I'm part of it. Like this was so good. We had battles. We had like politics. We had all sorts of crap. We had people going down. We had people failing. We had people succeeding. My character had a moment that was like above and beyond anything he's had in weeks and weeks and weeks, and just like we had 2 or 3 brutal ass kills, and then a 4th really brutal death. And it was a really good week to get into it. I mean, it's a little bit of a spoiler, but I mean, I'm telling you, the story was really good this week. But I think, Shadowhack, I'd like to apologize for Caitlin for sending Raid and family over to her creative stream. Yeah, we broke Caitlin Doodles on her stream yesterday. It was pretty funny. So that was like an Apollo brag there. I'm sorry for doing something nice. But all right, guys. Hope, as always, tell the people where they can find you.
All right, my name's Hoop. I'm Brad guys here on Twitch. You can find me here under the name Crazy Hippie 69, as you can see in the nice description right below me. Same for Twitter. You guys are welcome to message me in their Discord or whatever. And I do stream every single day, 8 hours a day, Pacific Standard Time from midnight to 8 a.m. You can find me doing my best to entertain you guys and not being apologetic about fuck.
Rams.
I am Ramsbug. You can find me not on Twitch as the streamer, but you'll find me modding here and about in the mornings in a particular channel, but at nights usually I'm here with Blue Ranger. You can also find me on Twitter at Ramsbug, where I do retweet crap. I also post who I'm watching for the day. So if you want to see some interesting variety streamers where I'm at, maybe meet a new community that maybe be good for you, follow me at Ramsbug on Twitter, and that's my thing.
Also follow her on YouTube.
I don't have a YouTube. Why did y'all make that command? I don't have a YouTube.
So,
God damn it, guys.
She puts out good content.
That being said, guys, I'm the Blue Ranger. If you're watching this, you're probably on my YouTube channel or my Twitch channel. And you can find me right here at twitch.tv/ImTheBlueRanger, Monday through Friday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, playing a variety of games and having fun. I'm going to keep this short and sweet for YouTube because we've run almost 3 hours. Thanks so much for coming by. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe this, and we will see you in the next weekly Apologies podcast.
Bye, guys.